Alrighty, welcome Sunday morning in the US. Just going to have a little bit of a chat stream. Just was talking to a few people and interested in. Didn't really want to go through what had happened with fucking Jeff's debacle the other day, so thought we'd have a bit of a look at that. Jason was he was awake, so he was going to come up, fucking find him. But I'm on. What am I on? Restream, because I've run out of hours, as you do on StreamYard. So I'm just playing around here trying to get this going. So could be a little bit of a mess. Okay, so I can see myself on YouTube, which is kind of good. Now I can read the chat, so I can see Lana's in there, and Chantel, and Colt, and Mr. X, and NTF. Yeah, it's a safe space, NTF. Yeah, free this morning, mate. There's might get a bit fucking bumpy later on, but certainly not for the likes of yourself. Go, Laura. Now I'm going to jump back into Restream and see if I can find fucking Jason. Two people. God, this isn't quite as intuitive as I would have liked it to. Add source. Oh, fuck, that doesn't seem to do it. Should be on the left here, I think. What the absolute? Oh, there he is. Testing. 1, 2, 3. You there, Jason?
I think we're good. Are we?
Fucking hell, that's a bit nerve-wracking. All right, we fucking made it.
So my audio is good. We can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. It sounds a bit quiet in here, but that could be just my.
I turned mine up a little bit. Does that help?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can hear. You can hear me, okay?
Yeah, loud
Check.
and clear, bro.
Test 1, 2, 3. So how was your Saturday night? Did you recover from that?
I actually stayed up on the roof all night with tactical plates and a rifle because I thought Jeff's brother was gonna roll through. And just like Jeff, I got a hold of the mayor, and he had the whole block riddled with officers. Because I'm a public figure in Albuquerque, if you didn't know. And we were, Secret Service was there, the feds. We were good. Nobody came by.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that. I see. I was wondering whether anyone had heard from Kevin.
I texted Kevin. He is someone reached out with his phone to respond to the text, and he is in Colorado in Greeley City Jail.
He is in jail, is he?
Jeff got him.
Okay, so
no,
do we
need
to...
he's fucking fine. He was laughing about it.
We don't need to have a GoFundMe, instead of kicking money into bail money, instead of donating to Brian McClurg's fucking house fund.
It was such a serious crime, the judge didn't even grant bail. It just straight to jail. Doesn't even matter the outcome of the trial. Jail forever.
Fuck yeah. I'm still waiting for a knock on the door for the extradition of, which would be good. Need a fucking bit of a holiday and a trip around.
Well, I heard P. Diddy knows some good places that don't have extradition treaties with the U.S., so maybe you can get a hold of him.
Yeah. Oh, Cat Reed. Fucking Jesus, what's Cat doing up this time of the morning on a Sunday? She's usually hungover, sleeping in. I can understand this. Um, yeah, it was kind of interesting, wasn't it? Someone. I tried to explain to a couple of people. They said, "Oh, did anything happen last night?" And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, where did it start?" It was like it went from locks, and then Nunya and bloody Tommy's was in there for a little bit, and couldn't really follow what the. Actually, we need to talk about that a bit later. Just I couldn't really understand what's fucking going on there, but we'll come back to that. And then I went fucking over to Locks, and I saw old Brian was up there in the same hotel that he was in the week before. I thought this guy's got a lot of money to stay in hotels for a guy that's begging for money on donos on GoFundMe's to fix up his RV.
Well, let me throw
Uh,
this out there. He's probably not using the money to fix up his RV. He's probably using it to do meth in a hotel.
what are you suggesting that? Are you suggesting that Brian was actually on drugs last night or Friday night?
I think he was just high on Christ, Telly. Just
High on
that's it.
Christ.
High on Christ. The power of Christ had compelled him to act like a complete fucking meth head. Of course, it wasn't drugs.
Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. People egging him on. I think was a bit sick, and it fucking went downhill from there, didn't it? But I don't know, bloody Jeff. We got to talk about Jeff. I saw Lala's in here. Mate? I hope you guys aren't taking that nonsense too seriously.
I reached out to Vlad and I know there was nothing I could say to make anything better. And I was like, man, I'm so sorry you had to go through with that or go through all that stuff. Those messages were that was a disturbing stream. I mean, people talk about being unhinged and, like just whatever. There's been all kinds of unhinged moments on here, but that was outright like I think someone should have done another wellness check because he was saying that he was gonna go to sleep forever and he was gonna kill himself and that I'm sorry, not PHI, Lala Blue and Vlad were gonna be responsible. That shit is outright fucking foul.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And there's obviously something. I mean, it just got worse and worse and worse. Just see. I'm just going to see if I can get rid of this bloody extra window here. It's annoying me. No, fucking. Oh, fucking yeah, now it makes that one the main one. Now, bloody hell, you get rid of that. All right, well, just struggle on with that sitting there. It can be there as our main source. Now I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? Yeah, it devolved, didn't it? He's obviously on some kind of, let's call it medication. Um, but with he devolving into bloody crying, and it's like the guy believes whatever the nonsense that's going around in his head. To him it must be real. I
And
don't think he's acting. Don't know what you think.
oh no, he doesn't possess that much talent to be that good of an actor, and we all know that. I think you might be onto something there, because I mean, even when he comes at me randomly, years later, you called my mom an alcoholic and you must apologize. I demand it. When he does all that dorky shit to me, the way he talks is like he actually believes that I called his mom. Like I said, yeah, I found your mom at 2 p.m. in an alleyway behind a dumpster with a bottle of Jack Daniels in her hand. That's how he makes it. That's what he makes it sound like I said, when
Hmm.
really all I said was Jeff stays at his parents' house, and what he told me is one of his parents were an alcoholic. I can't remember if it was his mom or his dad, and he helps take care of them. That was it. And he's
Yeah.
still on this kick, like, that I fucking. But the vigor he has when he demands his apologies,
Oh,
it
fuck
it's
yeah.
like he believes it. It's like he
Yeah.
actually believed that Vlad was gonna do something with those pictures. And Vlad is I mean, none of us would do anything with those pictures, but he is like the last person you would have to say that to. I've never seen him cross anybody in this community, and it's been years. I've never seen him
Nah,
ever.
fucking. I still reckon they fucking fake Vla and that. It's got to be one fucking person. They can't have that kind of a relationship. I'm sticking to that. They're both too nice. They're too bloody reasonable. Yeah, fuck no. There's something wrong with him. Is there some drug-induced psychosis or something fucking going on there?
And his parents probably know it, and that's why he's given so much leeway. And they probably know that well, they're his parents, and they probably worry about him.
Not
And
for sure.
if he was out in the real world, he would get evicted or get killed, or
Yeah.
something horrible would happen, or he'd get drunk and wander into the street. I mean, Albuquerque is one of the highest cities in the country for per capita for pedestrian versus vehicle. And it's because there's so many alcoholics here, and they wander around in the streets. A lot of the homeless do, and that would be Jeff, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he hasn't got the skills to survive by himself, has he? There's no doubt about that. I mean, the shit that he was fucking doing though, it's just gets to unforgivable stage. Yeah. When he was, the shit that he was fucking going with that PHI and stuff. It's like, fuck me. It's like, that stuff. It's like, okay, this is YouTube, but it does affect people on the outside. It's yeah. I don't know. But I think his brother's a nasty piece of work too. The way he talks, I don't know whether you heard him, but the way he was talking, I think it was Bobby Joe went up there and he was, just.
I came in right after that. So what the fuck was he saying? Because it pissed Bobby Joe off. I
Oh,
could
fucking! It wasn't.
tell
It
that.
wasn't. It wasn't. I think it was just in general. It wouldn't matter any fucking female, and I sort of got that reputation of being a woman hater, which I'll claim. But when it comes to the sort of stuff that guy is saying about derogatory shit about women, it's like, I mean, but it's the same with anyone. Everybody is beneath him, and he's supposed to be, he's a fucking Bible reviewer and a member of the, I don't know, Eastern Orthodox Church, and sees himself as one of the fucking chosen people, and he acts like that. It's like, that's just fucking unbelievable.
I wonder what I would be genuinely interested to see what people in his church would think about that whole debacle. Because I mean, think about you see people in church, and you get a certain, well, I don't know, I've never been to church, but I would imagine if you see people in church, you would get a certain perception of them, and then you see someone high as shit playing with guns, rap battling and disparaging women. I mean, that is not. I mean, look at the shock communities go into when they find out their pastor is molesting people or cheated on his wife. It completely throws the entire church, on its head. And it would be interesting to see like his religious group, what they would think about that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. And that's the kind of thing that hey, Gabby, um, mate, you need to try changing your batteries, Veronica. Sorry, distracted. Fuck, I shouldn't do that. See, I can't read chat and have a conversation with someone. You're talking about his. Oh, that's what I think it's like. Yeah, it. I don't know. It's the kind of thing that makes people want to go and expose. This is the kind of person this person is, and like contact his church group and do that sort of stuff. You need to know what this fucker's about. This is what he's doing on YouTube, and it's quite an appealing thought to go and expose them to the people that they have around them. It's yeah, it's fucking bizarre.
Well, and especially when Jeff is acting like that, because, and I guess he's not anymore, but wasn't he an actual pastor somewhere? I've seen some picture of like him, like a church he used to preach at or something. Like it was something, it, and he just does not act like, I don't know. I don't know what goes on at church, but
So
uh,
you're talking about Jeff, or is the good
Jeff.
brother?
Jeff,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was actually like a preacher, a pastor at some church like 10 years ago or something. Because
yeah,
I saw some picture, and then he said that you guys have um, doxed the church he preached at or something, and then then he acts like.
yeah.
The sad thing is he's gonna come right back in,
Oh
like
fuck
nothing
yeah,
happened, just like every time, and there's nothing anybody can really do other than not let him up on panel, but then he'll just do it on his panel, and some people don't care; they'll still support him
yeah,
even after trying to guilt trip Vlad and Lala about this suicide and masturbating to his grandkids' photo. Like fucking sick, twisted shit, dude.
I think actually it was interesting because I went up on Locks just at the end of towards the end of Locks, and we were sort of having that conversation a little bit, and I had a bit of a dig at him for going up there, and I think Savvy too, and supporting him the week before, and because you do go up if you go up there and you know like if he had a panel tomorrow and I went up there and was up there on just helping him with his, well, not fucking helping him, that sounds a bit arrogant, but just talking to him normally or not calling him out on stuff or someone, and just being part of the happy-go-lucky nature of the stream, it implies that I support him, and for me that's my reputation is helping his reputation, and his reputation is fucking diminishing my reputation, if you like. So that's why I fucking wouldn't go up there and support him. And I was trying to get clear what that meant in my head, why some people will go up and some people won't. And look, and I was having a bit of a dig at him, but he said, "Yeah, I tend to forgive people too easily." I mean, which is an interesting explanation. It's fair enough. It's like you do tend to do that. You don't want to think people are bad, and you want to give them another chance and help them get through their fuck ups, and hopefully they'll come out to be a better person. So it's hard for fucking people that care about other people just to walk away
I,
from
I
somebody. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people genuinely, uh, to the core, pity him, and I don't mean that as a dig, but he clearly has some bad emotional issues that are nowhere near being fixed, and I think a lot of people really do pity him because every once in a while he has a decent moment or something, or yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I I mean, I've even said recently, like within the last month, I would like, you know, well, probably not a good idea to go have a beer with him, but um, you know, I mean, I would,
Medicinal beer.
sadly, but fuck,
I would
the
have a beer with
rules.
him, but he's drunk them all.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope, and I mean, he'll be back by next week. Well, or
Oh, I'm so
soon.
sorry. I'd crossed the
Invisible line.
invisible line. I didn't know what I'm doing. I don't remember anything I said. Yeah, but it's like watching a train wreck. I mean, I'll still go over there and watch these fucking chats because I think they're fucking funny. But last night was just it wasn't fucking funny. It wasn't entertaining on any fucking level. It was just a disgusting display of. I mean, interesting, I guess, from a fucking psychologist perspective or psychiatrist who is a case study looking back, but to be involved with it was pretty fucked up. And it was good that PHI actually threw out a bloody alternative stream there that finally got him to shut the shit down. But because it's like even what Star's saying up here, um, I can get back up there. He was saying he should be banned from the community and that sort of stuff. It's like, practically, how do you achieve that? The only way that you can is by just removing your support for the guy, isn't it? You just, don't go up on his panels, and you know. But he'll keep coming back, and he'll come because there was some other dickhead that was up there that was supporting him as well when Shifty was up there. Saying that he's a good guy, and it's like, can't you fucking see what this guy is about?
Yeah, and I don't, and maybe it's bias because him and me have been. Well, the thing is, I'm not even upset with him. He just still fucking brings up shit from years ago and he lies about it, and then asks me questions about it. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, maybe I'm at odds with him, or maybe I'm biased because I'm at odds with him. But I don't see a single redeeming quality. Do you? Like one?
No, I don't. I mean, I guess he's in at originally was because he was a catcher, and he was catching and talking about catching and so on. And when I sort of came across the guy, he talks about music a bit. He's obviously hangs around YouTube trying to grow his channel by connecting with different groups and so on. He's obviously a YouTuber. That's what he wants to be. But I can't say it's not like he's funny or anything. He's not. He spends. Actually, fucking should have done that. How far into this? It's like we're 20 minutes in, and we haven't even fucking had a mod briefing yet. And to anyone who hasn't got a fucking wrench in here, it's not because I don't like it. It's because I just really don't consider them much. And I've just tried to give people wrenches who know names really around here that can look out for doxers and piss them off. That's more what I'm thinking. So I try to get some people from both sides, give them wrenches. It's not like a sign of support. It's more like, the ones that obviously I fucking trust them, but it's just to look out for bloody doxers is really what I'm concerned about. So that took a minute. And it was crying over fucking wrench. It wasn't that someone had taken his wrench, and if you give me my wrench back in your channel, I'll give you yours back over here. And
why are these people so worried about wrenches? I've still, that's one thing I can't, and I don't mean that, I'm trying not to be derogatory about it, but like I don't know. I don't get all this. I don't get everything behind it. Like it's a really, really, really big deal to some people. And is it like a sign of friendship? Is it like, I don't know.
I think there's definitely some people value it, and it's definitely used as a bit of a, okay, you give me one, I'll give you one. But the thing I don't like about it is it's when I get one, it makes me feel like I have to be more responsible in chat, and I don't like that. Sometimes I want to fuck around, and it's like if you're wearing the hall monitor fucking wrench, I feel like I can't do that so much. And I think one thing would be good with YouTube is if they gave you the opportunity to fucking reject them yourself. It's like you're bestowed with this wrench. Someone gives it to you, and you can't even say fucking no. If you got some principle thing that you don't want to, like I wouldn't want a wrench in Jeff's chat. It's like if he gives me one, I can't fucking throw it back in his face. I've got to ask politely, and or start going rogue or whatever just to get rid of it.
Yeah, that is a good point.
I see fucking Wogs in here looking for bloody nudes already. This time in the morning, got his googly eyes out. Quantum Eric.
Well, this other streaming ordeal you have doesn't seem too bad.
I don't know what. There's a weird thing with chat, and I'm not sure whether it's this restream, but I know FM uses one every now and again, and on my mobile, it fucks up the chat. It puts the chat sort of, you've got the visible window of what you say is walking around or whatever, and the chat is like just sort of blended in at the bottom of that window. And if you swipe left or right, it takes you to another live stream. So all these live streams that's why I was getting all these strange. You got all these, well, you know, like Asian YouTubers, whoever happens to be live is all sort of queued up. So you can go from FM to someone in fucking Asia and keep swiping. And then I think that's why we're getting all these strange people showing up in FM's chat. But I don't know what that system is. But maybe so. Is anyone on a mobile phone down there? Is this chat fairly normal? Because this seems like quite a reasonable. Sorry, quite a reasonable. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
You go.
No, so yeah, I was just going to say, it looks normal from up here. I don't know what it looks like if you're on a mobile phone, whether the chat's normal, if it seems pretty okay, because this is like Reese was.
It looks normal on my laptop, my MacBook, and then on my iPhone it looks normal too. Just like always, yeah, I pulled it up on both, so I think we're good. Well, Sunday morning, 57 viewers. Not bad. Not bad. It's 8 where I'm at, so still pretty early. I hope people are sleeping in a little bit on Sunday, at least till 9 or 10. You know, it is Sunday after all.
Cap's in looking for boobs first thing in the morning as well. You notice that it's fucking Wog and it's Cap. See, I could make a suggestion of where you could go to get some pictures of. Actually, I've got some boobs on a slide I can show you later on, Cap.
Oh yeah.
Well, fucking my boob diagram.
How is all that coming along?
Yeah, I can show you. Try and move it in that direction. Oh fucking hell.
So on this breakdown, you're doing kind of like a breakdown and like we'll call it an index or something, or I don't know how you would describe it, of the community here, trying to explain what's what, or at least your perception of it. You showed a little bit of it, but how far along are you in total? Like having a complete finished product.
Complete thing. It'll never be complete, but it's like, I'm just trying to capture my thoughts because it was a couple of people asking me questions and what's a fence sitter and how does it? What are these people in wrenches and what do they do and all this sort of nonsense. Just give me a minute. I'll see if I can throw that. Actually, can you just talk for a tick? I need to go and have a pee, I think, before I get into this.
Sure, that works.
Yeah.
Well, no pressure. Oh, what's up, Vlad? I'm actually glad you're here. We were just talking about you. I kind of ignore chat, so my bad if I don't see anything, but I'm kind of excited for this morning. I think we have a lot to talk about. Not a lot to talk about, but it's good to talk about. Yeah, Cat Reed, Bible Bandit is quite the freestyler. Vanilla Christ is his rap name, so I hear. Anybody have plans for Sunday? Going to dinner with the family? Going to church? Gonna do a bunch of meth in a hotel room and call people out? What are we doing this Sunday? I don't have any plans. I don't do shit. We'll talk about that, I think, a little later. Denome, or do you call it Dagnome? I don't know. It looks like Denome.
Sorry, mate. What's Dagnome asking you?
Oh, they were just asking about lunch with Tommy, and I said, well, maybe talk about that later.
All right.
I mean, whatever, man. You're the boss.
I'm the boss, man. All right, hang on. Let's see if I can get this bloody slideshow happening. Add a source. Okay. Now I want the whole thing. Come on. Okay, you can see I'm just adding slides as I go. Can you hear me? You all right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm messing with my computer too because
No, yeah, no
fucking
sweat.
it's a small window.
Oh, see what was I adding?
I
Oh, here
feel
we
kind of.
go.
Oh
Here's
yeah,
the
there we go.
boob.
There's the
Here's the
tip.
boob. I should just let me have a quick look and see what else was on there. Yeah, I think that's about where I started. Um, maximize. Fuck, I can't even see it properly on here. There's damn things in the way. You know, I'll read it off here. So where I ended up, this is the boob diagram. It's like the one boob diagram, and this is looking at an organization and a host, if you like. And so it's sort of example that I was saying. Let's fucking for the simplicity of it, let's pretend this is CPP. Okay. So if that black dot in the middle there, that would be Tommy, right? And around Tommy, you've got the wrench belt, which is the equivalent of, I guess, of your exec team, as I think FCC was putting it the other night, which was quite a good term. So you got, for example, you got trying to describe what the fence is, all right, where the fence sitters sit in all of this. So that's pretty obvious. So you got Tommy at the middle there. You got his wrench belt, and they're very loyal to both Tommy and the organisation. Sort of pretty invested in CPP and all the good work that's going on in there. Sometimes, particularly the closer ones, and it can be a little bit black and white in their thinking. They're very dedicated to the organisation and the man that sort of, or the woman that represents that organisation. They tend to control chat. Some of them are, obviously this is what do you call it? A spectrum. It's a spectrum on how vigorous they are. What sorts of comments they will let in, and what ones want to slide. But significantly, they protect the host if they're triggered by keywords. So if they think Tommy is under attack, for example, I'm using Tommy or Alex or Nonya or hopefully myself, these guys will just leap in there and fucking beat the shit out of anyone that dares smear my good name with an accusation of, being an Edvidian or something like that. They are pretty well triggered. So it's like the host doesn't necessarily, the main person doesn't even have to, they don't instruct the wrench holders to do anything. The wrench holders just act independently to have a go at someone that they feel is attacking the organisation. And some of them obviously more vigorous than others. And then you got the majority of the non-wrench holders. I mean, they believe in the organisation. They believe in, for example, they invested a lot of time in there. They sort of love the work that's been done and what it's there for. They'll tend to side with the host in a conflict, often because they just can't be fucked hearing the other side out. It's like they're not interested in conflict, and if the fight breaks out or whatever, or it gets nasty, they'll just shut the fuck up, or they'll leave and go and find something that's more entertaining. I mean, this could be fairly broad thinkers, but mainly less black and white and dedicated is probably the term there. And often they're there to support the organisation and they like what's going on there. But a lot of the time they're just there to chat with their friends. Like you've got now, there's probably nothing else on. People are waking up. They go and hang out with their friends over here. Does that sort of make any sense, Jason?
Yeah, yeah, it does. I think it's interesting.
All right.
See,
So then
I
what you go? It'd be good if
I
you
was
got
just gonna
some.
say I kind of see the fence. I see what you mean here by fence sitters, but I always consider them like so you have, you have the Edvidians, you have the Nunyites, or whatever you have. And
Yeah.
I always considered fence sitters like, so like if the Nunyites are Democrats and the Edvidians are Republicans, I always considered the fence sitters like moderates, or people in the middle. I don't know, libertarians, I guess, or something like that. I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily consider them. I know what you're saying too. That's a really good concept too. But I always considered them as people in between the two,
All right.
in between the
Something
two
like
parties. Ah,
this.
yeah, something like
Okay.
that.
So we got two organizations, two groups. All right. So on the the one on the left. So you got two systems here, if you like, or two organizations. And so on the left we got Tommy, and on the right I've used Ed because that's the classic, I guess, easiest conflict to explain. So you've got the wrench belt. So you've got two wrench belts, and then in that intersection there where I put truth is you've got people that will cross over from one to the other, and you know they're not that invested in the host. Um, they'll tend to go and spend time over in Eds if there's some good people going on there, and there's nothing else on. There's nowhere else that they can go. So they'll jump, out of the fucking system that they can sort of exist in both systems, I guess. So the fence riders, they'll go from Tommy's chat to Ed's chat to try and chat with their friends, and importantly, they're hated by the wrench belts in fucking both sides. Generally, is my
Mm-hmm.
interpretation of it. So if Ed's fucking wrench wenches, as most of them seem to be, see you over in Tommy's chat, fucking God help you. And if you're in Tommy's chat and you've been seen over in fucking Ed's chat by wrenches, then they fucking hate you too. And it's used as a bit of as a tactic to try and keep you away from that
One
other
side or the
system
other.
and
Mm-hmm.
separate you out. But I think what those people that tend to do that is they're more interested in. I mean, this is a fucking guess, really, and it's like, is it this or is it not? But it seems like those people to me are probably more interested in the truth of what's going on. Um, well, it's either that or they don't really care that much about what Ed says. Again, bad example. You've got that bloody CP shit happening around in the background. You got Tommy with his obvious fucking bullshit that he comes up with, and it's like, how dedicated do you want to be to either of those people? Well, really not at all, like that suggests. But it's like I want to have the conversations and mess around with some of their supporters in there because it's just a space to chat, So I think that instead of fence riders, I think we should call that the cleavage. I think it's got a better fucking connotation to it.
Yeah, I think Jilly was spot on when she said the truth is the cleavage. That
Yeah.
that changed how I see women for the rest of my life in a good way.
Yeah. I mean, it's like you don't want to pick. It's like you don't want to fucking choose between a boob, do you? Really, you don't want to be forced into that decision. Don't know whether that's derogatory. So
Probably.
that's kind of my thinking around that. The fence riders anyway.
It's 2024. Everything is derogatory, dude. Just be
maybe,
honest.
maybe we should maybe we should start with that. Just start by asking each other what the pronouns are whenever we get up on panel, and that could be a helpful thing.
I don't do that, dude. I don't do the pronoun thing. Like, if you can't tell what gender someone is, their pronoun has failed them.
Yeah, I tend to agree, mate. It's like I think gender is just fashion and personality. It's really irrelevant.
Yep. That's
Let's look at
interesting.
it.
I actually really like this diagram. Puts a cool I don't want to say spin. It puts a cool visual on things.
Yeah, I think it sort of helps a bit with. I mean, you can talk about fence rider. It's like someone calls me a fence rider. It's like that's not an insult to me. That just tells me that you are not capable of. You're just a black and white thinker. And if you're trying to, the only people that you will engage with are people that will only stay and talk with your fucking friends and won't talk with anybody else. Um, Having said that, there's still boundaries though. There's still people that I fucking would not. If somebody is, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm fucking saying here. Again, it's like,
So if this is the tits, is Jeff just the asshole?
yeah, well, I think that could be put into this, try and fit into this diagram somehow. We need a fucking someone who's like way, way, way outside of, where if anybody's talking to them, I mean, obviously you're going to get, these are going to spread further apart. Like if you got, I don't know, I'll use my mate fucking JD, not JT, JD. It's like any fucker that's over talking to him, you know. I mean, talking in their chat is one thing, but engaging with the guy directly is something completely different. So it's like if someone's going over from fucking Tommy's side, okay, it always fucking runs this way. You got to give examples. But if someone is going from Tommy's side and fucking around and having conversations with JD and agreeing with what he's doing, well, I'm sort of watching that person as thinking, well, I don't understand what your motives are. And I think that's what a lot of this is. It's how I lost my fucking train of thought. So what happens? I go down a fucking chat.
Well, you're asking you were talking about when people go to one side or the other, it makes people ask what the motives are when, and I think what you're going to say is really there's not necessarily a motive. It's just people. Well, like me, for example, I've always said I just like to be well informed. And even if
Mm,
somebody says, "How dare you follow that person? Didn't you know?" and blah 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 blah, they did this. Well, I'm still going to want to see it for myself. You know what I mean?
mm,
And that's not a knock on the people telling me that. It's just I'm like if you tell me the burner is hot, I actually did this as a child. And I'm sure others did. I still touch the fucking burner because I'm thick-skulled, you know, and and I guess and you can get in a lot of trouble around here for doing that, and people will hate you for a very long time or talk bad about you for a very long time if you make a bad decision or hang out with someone. I mean, Jeff still was calling, talking whenever his stream was yesterday, Jason's buddy, FPH, and this is Jason's buddy, the woman beater, and Jason's buddy who gave a girl a black eye. Yep, that's Jason's buddy. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I talked to this guy for like 3 weeks on the internet and we had a horrible failed catch and I cut ties completely. It's, but people are never going to forget that, that Chomo blew his brain. Well, I still don't know how he died, but you get my point.
mm. Yeah, yeah, you do, don't you? So you I'll ask you about that because I mean, I've had a couple of comments about that have come through the back door that said, "Fucking how are you hanging around with Jason because Jason's fucking not to be trusted." And I've said, okay, well, give me an example of why Jason is not to be trusted. Because I'm smelling a smear campaign, but I've also got in the back of my mind, okay, wherever there's smoke, there's fire, sort of thing. So, have you got a handle on why you think? Pretty
uh,
obvious to me the other day that fucking Nonya was after your fucking ass, and to be quite frank, she fell on her fucking face because it didn't really, Tommy fucking backed you up from what I heard. I mean, I couldn't really concentrate because I was actually. I need to say this too because this goes back to this fucking drama the other day with Matt C. And I said that that there was two people that I saw in Tommy's chat that were lying and saying that Matt C was over in Ed's chat to try and, smear him in some way. And those two people, and I implied one of them was, well, one of them was the Dan Islander Alt 69. And I assumed that was the Dan Islander because he goes pretty quick into that sort of thing. He did it to me, and I assumed it was the same. That was one of his alts. And he'd said, I sort of hit him with that in Nonya's chat, and he said, no, that's fucking not me. So I need to apologise to him publicly for assuming that it was him, because there was the Dan Islander Alt 69 and Shauna Dennis, and apparently there was 3 fucking mods from over there that were also fucking lying and saying that Matt C was over in Ed's chat, and that was V some fucking thing, KR and WPG Freedom, which is that's the kind of smearing lying which I think is unnecessary. It's like, and this comes back to that wrench belt thing. All right, you've got, and I'm not saying Tommy's told them to do this. I'm just saying that his protective circle, or people that get so fucking inflamed when someone says anything contradictory about him or points out where he's maybe been a little bit fucking cute with the way he's trying to put his messages across, that these fuckers will go in and start an attack against the person. So I'm just saying this now to, okay, the fucking mods need a kick in the fucking ass, and just to apologise to the damn Islander for me saying that it was him.
The reason people have an issue with me, I think, is because I ask questions, because I am here in the cleavage, right? And that means I will go from one side to another. Oh, well, Jason was in this chat asking questions, or Jason was in that chat and he's asking questions. And when you're caught doing that with certain sides, what they're going to do, I call the 3Ds. They're going to distance themselves, they're going to denounce, and then eventually they're going to dox. Distance, denounce, dox, right? And that's the playbook for everybody. Well, not everybody, but that inner circle, the black circle there.
Yeah.
And it's the reason they have to do it is because if you're going back and forth, and not for any nefarious purposes, but just to learn the truth about things, just to see both sides of the story, to make so you can make an informed decision, right? And if you're informed and you get both sides of the story, you pose a threat to their side of the story. So then, like I said, distance. So they look like they're far away from you, and they don't, they're the ones breaking up with you, so it's your fault. Then they denounce to take away your credibility, whether it's a lie or not a lie. They denounce, and then if you still step out of line and you don't stop there, the dox comes, and they use that as the nuclear bomb, which is kind of something I knew about. I kind of saw when I first got here. That's why I've been open with everything. I posted my criminal record on my fucking community page, my drinking misdemeanor, and because I knew it was going to happen eventually. It doesn't matter if I did something wrong, because even if I'm just talking to some person or another person, it will piss somebody off, right? There's hundreds of us here, so someone right now is seething right now, watching this conversation between us, and they're absolutely livid, and they're planning to distance, then denounce, then dox. It doesn't always result in a dox, but definitely distance, definitely denounce. And I mean, you're crazy to not agree with that, in my opinion.
I think one thing to keep in mind, though, is that I don't think it's the host or the person at the center of the organization that's necessarily doing the doxing. I think it's the people in that wrench belt, the fanatics. One of them will take up the fight on behalf of the fucking the host.
That is true.
And they act independently, I think. But I also think that the fucking host knows exactly how to fucking trigger those people. I think they know how to say, I'm being attacked by, I'm just trying to do good. And then they just appeal to the protective instincts of their fucking inner circle, which are going to go in, like they're going to run out there and attack anybody. Um, so they don't have to dox this person. They just have to.
Yeah, well, at least not on, when they're on panel and stuff, but who knows what happens behind the scenes. And I'm not trying to say that in an accusatory way. I really don't think, like, well, we have two examples up here, Ed and Tommy. I really, or I think that's what you had. Yeah, Ed, Tommy. Um, I really don't think that most of the time they're planning and plotting. I think it's
Hmm.
the wrench fence.
So I mean, I'm fucking disappointed that Cat's throwing that out there. It's like chum it up and all this bullshit. I mean, there's obviously there's some animosity. I'm clearly picking that up between Nunya and her fucking inner circle and you for some fucking reason. And she went up to go after you the other night. Let's fucking look. I want to play that. Actually, is that all right if we do that? Maybe go through that when you went up on
Uh,
Nunya's and what you said.
yeah, of course. Do you mind if I take a play out of your playbook and go take a piss real quick
Yeah,
before we get
mate.
into
Yeah,
it?
of course.
All right, man. I'll be right
Because
back.
it's interesting. I see this kind of shit, and it's like chumming it up. It's like fucking chumming it up. Where it's like having a conversation with, okay, maybe Ed. Is that okay? I tend not to have conversations with Ed unless there's a topic that I want to discuss with him, which is related to something, and he's having it in his space. I'll go up there. I don't go up there to have a chat about fucking pure crime or fucking football or whatever. And I've never seen fucking Jason do that either. Um, So there's definitely. I mean, it's just interesting because I've been getting messages from people going, "Yeah, fucking trust this guy. He's a fucking snake." And I go, "No, okay, well, what's he lied about? Tell me what he's lied about, and I'll call the fucker out." But all I'm getting is, "Oh, just you can't trust him and stuff." And okay, but I think it's coming back to the old bloody cleavage model. I would suggest that the only thing that this guy's doing, certainly from what I've seen so far, maybe there's stuff that I don't know, but God, this thing is annoying. Where's my boobies? This is why I fucking do these little models for myself so I can refer to them. I'm seeing Jason sitting in the middle of that yellow zone, and I'm
I
seeing people from one fucking side don't like that he's fucking in the other side, and they're trying to fucking smear him. That's what I'm getting. And I'd listened to a bit of Nunez. I was sort of half listening because, like I said, I was having this bloody argument with, well, not argument, but discussion with D Dan Islander down in chat. And as you noticed, I can't walk and chew gum. So I missed a lot of the conversation. I missed Jason going up there. And then I heard Tommy go up there. And I thought, oh, this is just fucking, this is going to go nowhere. It seemed like a pretty empty argument. It seemed to me like Nunya thought she had a fucking slam dunk on Jason, and Tommy went up there and said Jason's a good guy. So I was confused. Um,
and I wanna say, Laura, I've been getting a lot of that really, and I think you guys are still forgetting or maybe just choosing to ignore. I never started that fight. I I love to fight. I did that sport for many years, and Tommy asked me to come fight, so I agreed. And of course, if in my opinion, I thought I was getting ready to go do a like a fight, and any fight that I'm in, I'm going to try to promote because it gives me a chance to show off a skill set that I worked on, and I haven't trained in like 5 or 6, no, like 6 years. So I'm slow and rusty and all that because of bad arthritis, but it still was giving me an opportunity to show off a skill set. And also, I wanted to use it as an opportunity for you know, if you, Laura, I don't think you've been around too long, but over the years, Tommy has tried to pick fights with
Yeah, yeah.
PP Mass, Sam
It's,
Clinton. Nobody said, no one, Laura wouldn't say all the stuff about the fight Tommy and Sam Clinton tried to promote, the boxing match. Alex, Alex, I forget his last name, Rosen, I almost said Mason. Tommy's, and then he tried, and then he fought Locke, right? So he's been trying to fight all these people, and none of them panned out really. And so I was using it as an opportunity to just yeah, show off his skill set. I was going to throw some spinning back kicks, some, you know, I was going to mostly grapple. I had a whole plan out. I was ready to go. And yeah, you can call it saying attention all you want, but I don't really get to talk about my MMA, my failed MMA career very often. So I was going to use it as an opportunity to show people what I did for so long, all while making sure somebody stopped bullying people. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but I mean, over the years, how many people has Tommy tried to fight? I named four right there, and I'm sure there's half a dozen more. Cam, I think, too. I don't know if they're actually going to fight or not. And for me, you have this guy going around asking all these people to fight, and they all say no. Or Alex went there to confront him, and that didn't go down. You know, Alex went to talk, I think. But either way, it would have put an end to that for the rest of our time in the community, and that's just how I feel about it. So that's my
clout
statement. I don't
chase.
really, and I don't feel bad about it either. That's just how I see it.
Hmm. Yeah, it's funny. Clout chasing is an interesting term. You know what? The thing I think, like people, it's that fucking wink, Jason. I think that's what you know. He's got it done. I think that's your
So
problem.
if I had more clout, what would that bring me? A couple more messages on Instagram? Like I don't really get it. I really don't. But no, I don't really care.
All right. Well, let's go through that if that's all right with you,
And
because I mean,
Kat, I
I'm gonna.
trained at an MMA gym for 11 years, Kat. You know, it's not, I quit because of arthritis when I was 26.
I
So I
don't, it'd
don't
be
get what you're
interesting.
getting at.
Would you, Laura? Would you say that Nunya's a clout chaser? You know, Wog, because that the other night there was something fucking odd about that the other night to me. Um, you can call the guy a clout chaser, but there was a bit of a fucking. To me, there was an element of smear going on underneath that, which I thought was a little bit disingenuous. Anyway, let's see. Let's go and have a listen. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Um, so this is Nonya, and Nonya's Tommy Nonya Tommy Nonya Tommy Nonya. It's like, okay, poor us. It's always our fucking excuse. That's what I'm getting out of this. All right, just let me
She
know if you
first
can
wakes
hear
up,
this.
Gusto, she's so angry. Like,
Can you hear that, Jace?
Yeah, I can
Hello.
hear it. Yeah.
You can hear? All right. So,
she is in a super bad mood.
Miserable cuss.
She's a miserable cunt when she first wakes up. And she
No, I
always.
said cuss.
Oh, oh, he called you a cunt, Laura. But she comes into Zumba and she just starts yelling at all of us. Mainly Wog, because he don't ever shut the fuck up. And then she dumped Wog. So,
let's try and find it.
Jason, if
There
you're
we go.
here, obviously, I need to have a conversation with you in public. We need to talk about some things because I feel like it's kind of fucked up what you put on me.
Okay, so you've put something on her which is fucked up. Okay, so
Okay.
I just keep going to see what comes out of it. So you put her in a spot, is what she's saying.
And expected me to hold and told only me for some unknown reason. I feel like it was to start shit.
So she's saying that you've told her something for some reason, and she feels like it's just to start shit. That was the only reason that you were doing it, was to create drama, right?
Correct. Well, I'm agreeing with what she said.
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't have, and it didn't, because it wasn't anything bad.
So she's saying that whatever you told her didn't start any drama because what you told her wasn't anything bad. right?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
that's what she's saying. I'm agreeing that I heard what she said, not with what she's saying. I hope to make that
No,
distinction.
no. I just whether you
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
agree with my interpretation of what.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. It's a secret recording. You're right, Laura. We know that.
You tried to make it seem like it was bad, I felt.
So you tried to make whatever was in that secret recording was bad in some way. And I think what's implied here is that it was bad about Tommy.
Everybody wants to say, oh, Kevin, hold on. Let me fix that. Everyone wants to say all this shit about this being a setup, what you did, whatever.
Don't know what she means there about the setup thing. I think that was that, and I'll fucking say this again, that the bullshit that fucking Tommy came out that he was being set up, or fucking Nonya, because mate, you fucking went right in with that setup fucking nonsense.
Well, all I can say is that you did do some foul ass, fuck ass, hoe ass shit.
So you did some foul ass. Fucking let's play that back. What was it? Foul ass.
Whatever. Well, all I can say is that you did do some foul ass, fuck ass, hoe ass shit when you went to meet Tommy. And you can.
Okay. All I can say is you did some foul ass, fuck ass, hoe ass shit when you went to meet Tommy. So you got any clue what's coming here? Obviously, I think you do.
Tell everybody.
Well,
or I can
yeah,
tell
I
everybody.
think I don't think I heard this because I wasn't in the stream
No.
yet, but
No. All right. So you've done some fuck, and what she's referring to is that you recorded the conversation between you and Tommy. All right. That's what she's saying is a foul thing, is that you recorded your conversation with Tommy. I assume that's what it is.
that's what she's saying. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I think.
There you go, Kevin. So I'll post the link. You can tell everyone, or I can tell them.
Hey, Tom.
Okay, so that was what she was suggesting. She was going to tell everyone that you recorded the conversation between you and Tommy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It is, anyway, I'll just keep fucking playing.
Hey, Alan. What's up, Massey? Mr. X. So, Community Remix, what's up? I'm just saying.
I'll leave that up there, Kat, because I think that's important.
I just think it's fucked up because I do, as a friend, I would want other friends. No, links not for Kelly, links for Jason. He's a grown man. He can come up here. I don't think you should do hoe ass, grimy ass shit to people. And you did. And then to have to know about it and not know what to do because I don't want shit to pop off.
No, I'm not sure what she's still implying that, you know, what you've, which, okay, questioning your fucking integrity because you recorded a conversation. So, I mean, maybe you could, do you have a reason why you, yeah, Kat. See, this is funny, Kat, because I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. It's like I know what the fuck happened. No, I'm not going to let you up, mate. You're gonna, if you want to listen, you can fucking listen. I'm not going to let you fucking distract from this. We're going to go through it. Jason's going to fucking speak his piece, and I'm going to ask him fucking questions. All right.
It's like a deposition. Think of it that way.
Yeah, look at it. And then you come up after Kat if you want to have a chat and ask questions, but let it run through, okay?
Kat's getting antsy because Nonya has told her a bunch of stuff, and Kat's really anxious right now, but no one has heard my side. And if she comes up, she's just gonna start hitting me with 1,000 things all at once that Nonya said or Nonya implied, but Nonya doesn't even know the whole story because I only gave Nonya 31 seconds of the 3 hours, right? Or 38, whatever, less than a minute. And there was reasons for all of it. that were predetermined by myself days, 2 days before. And in advance.
So
No, I mean, maybe
can I
even
just
months in advance.
ask you, why did you feel it was necessary to record the conversation in the first place?
So, like, and I said this on Nunya's, I've met Tommy, I think 6 times, right? And I've probably spent close to 20 hours with him. So not very much, but enough to get a feel for things, more so than probably anyone here in chat. I used to decoy for him. I know how it goes. So, like, when Tommy called me out to that fight, what did he do? He said, well, remember when you said this and you did that and you did this and said blah, 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 all these different times. And I was
Sorry,
thinking,
mate,
go ahead.
can I just cut you off here? I just want to make a point. This is what I mean by the fucking wrench circle, all right? You've got Wog and you've got Cat and other people starting to jump in. They're not fucking listening to what it is that you're saying. They're just going into defense mode on behalf of the fucking host. Okay?
Cat Reed, I'm getting there. You've asked like 4 times. This is going to take a little while. Just relax. So where was I?
Sorry, mate. Yeah, I've cut you off.
Oh, so I've met Tommy 5 or 6 times. We've spent about 20 hours together. And if you look at the night that he called me out to that fight that everybody thinks I started, he was saying, well, remember when this happened and remember when that happened and you did this and you did that, right? Well, this and that didn't necessarily happen, or if it did happen, it didn't happen in the way he described it. But he talks over and talks over, and I never got a chance to explain myself. And even if I did explain myself, nobody would believe me because it would be hidden under, thousands of followers, right? So I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I'm going to meet Tommy, and if we get into a fight a year from now, he's going to say, well, you said this and you did that. And his followers were breathing down my neck saying that I backed out of this fight because of the conspiracy that he put out, saying I did some conspiracy with Ed, or a bunch of people put out to have the fight pulled. So I wanted it to be recorded that I did not pull out of the fight and that I did, and he does not believe that there is a conspiracy with me and Ed. Everything else was just extra. And I didn't even think about it. I don't even remember most of it. Um, and additionally, Tommy has been saying for years, everybody, Jay Silly, Kat Reed knows, she's been around. Laura Pickle probably hasn't been around long enough. Jilly knows. I'm just going through chat. Clown Force knows. Vlad knows. Matt C hasn't been around too long. But anyways, all these people know that Tommy has been saying for years that he records everything. He records Cat Eyes, Ed, he records every phone call. He just recently, as in within the last couple days or weeks, stopped paying for his phone record app. Right. So I'm going in there thinking, okay, well, he's probably recording me because he's said 100 times on panel he records everybody. And if I let him record me and I don't record him, he could put out anything and chop it up any which way to then fit the narrative to his perspective. So yeah, I was not going to go into a gunfight with a knife. I wanted to be able to have everything, and I don't think there's anything wrong. I hope he recorded it. I really do. I'm assuming he did still, and I think that's a good enough explanation, honestly. I would really like if Kat Reed and Laura and all these people would go ask Tommy why he recorded people for years. Because remember, this is the 6th time I've met Tommy, maybe 5th, and I didn't record him the other times. So there was obviously something in those meetings that made me feel like, oh well, he's not gonna, he might, and it maybe he would do it maliciously. I don't know, or maybe he would genuinely forget. But either way, I wanted the evidence to be objective, not subjective opinion. I wanted it to be objective fact. There you go. Is that reasonable? I don't. I'm not even going to read chat because, of course, it's not reasonable because they're defending, they're defending the inner circle or whatever. But, that's my thinking on it, and I hope he recorded too. I really do. I haven't released the recording. I'm not going to. The only part I released was the part that he said something about Nunya, and I didn't want to release it, really. I didn't necessarily think it was important, but then I asked one of Nunya's close friends what they thought of it, and he thought that it would be best to tell her because it was very confusing. I don't understand the context necessarily, but we felt it was best to show her because I was close to Nunya, and I thought I was doing the right thing by telling her what he said. Um, because I know she is a avid supporter of Tommy, and it didn't sit necessarily right with me what he said and how he said it.
So
So
what?
I was like trying to be like, look, Nunya, I don't know. And I told her she can release the DMs. I told her, hey, I don't know if this is bad, but this is what was said. It sounded like this. And before I sent it to Nunya, there's someone I trust in the community that I hang out with way like outside of the community. And he was like, yeah, I would, and he knows Nunya. He was like, I would probably show her because it does sound a little weird. And I was like, okay, man, well, if you think so, if you think it's a good idea, and that was that.
No, Shell Jones, that's not what happened. What my interpretation of this is that Tommy said something disparaging about fucking Nunya and somebody else,
Potentially disparaging.
potentially. And Jason
Uh,
thought that he was doing the right thing by informing fucking Nunya what Tommy really thought about her. And he wasn't doing it to start shit. He was doing it to protect what he thought was a fucking friend.
That's pretty much why, yeah. If I wasn't close to Nunya, I wouldn't have said anything. And, Nunya has helped me with a lot of things. She's gotten me court documents, and I've always had good talks with her. So I thought, and maybe Tommy didn't mean it in a bad way at all, and I misinterpreted it. I really don't know. I was confused. That's why I asked someone who is much closer to Nunya than me advice on whether I should tell her or not. And now everybody wants to use it against me, and that's fine. It's
Well,
fine. I did what I thought was right, and I'm not going to apologize for me because it would be a fake apology.
Kat, why don't you ask Nunya to play it for you? Has she played it for you? Because she's got the recording of what Tommy said about her. And I think you'd be fucking surprised why she's fucking not discussed it with fucking Tommy, and B has gone straight into the attack for fucking Jason. Because it's like I've got a handle on, not exactly, I haven't heard it. So maybe Jason's fucking lying now just to stir up shit. But my interpretation of it is that Tommy said fucking bullshit and nasty things. Well, not nasty things, but things about Nunya's character and somebody else's character. And Jason was thinking, oh, fuck, should I tell her or not? I'm in a bit of a quandary here. And asked somebody that was close to Nunya, and they said, well, I would let her know. So Jason was actually trying to fucking protect Nunya from fucking Tommy, at least, or to let Nunya know that maybe their fucking relationship wasn't quite, he wasn't seeing it the same
And
way
Nunya
as
knew
fucking
that.
she was.
And Nunya knew that. I had that conversation with Nunya beforehand, so she knew that. She might not have believed it, but Nunya and her good friend both knew that I was not being malicious. It wasn't, and I did it because A, I thought Tommy was recording because he said he always records, and B, it was concerning what I thought he was saying about someone I considered a friend. Or I mean, I'm still fine with Nunya. I'm not upset about it. I know it's emotional, but Kat keeps asking um, why I don't play it now, and I did not record for any other reason than my own pride in terms of the fight. You
Well,
can call it
here's a Kat. Hang on, let me jump in. Kat, if
sure.
you go and ask Tommy if it's okay for Jason to replay the whole fucking conversation. That's the answer to this. Jason isn't going to fucking play it because he knows that it was for his fucking use. He's
Just ask
fucking
Tommy. He'll tell you
go
the
and ask
truth.
fucking
He
Tommy
doesn't
to
need to
play it, or
not even play it.
ask permission for fucking
No, no, no,
Go
no.
and ask
Tommy should
Tommy if
just
he gives
explain.
Jason permission to play it.
Tommy should just explain it himself without the recording because he wouldn't lie about it, I don't think. So he should just say what happened. He should just say it. And if,
It's not
that's
a
it.
fuck. It's not up to Jason to fucking play it. It's he's holding it, confidential. Fucking Nunya's the one that's made it a fucking issue, not Jason. He's kept it confidential. You go and ask fucking Nonya why she's made it fucking public that there was a recording. The only reason she's done that is to smear fucking Jason. And if you're trying to fucking defend Tommy by saying, oh fuck, someone dared record a conversation against fucking Tommy, it's like, nah. It's like Tommy records fucking conversations. That's why he didn't go up when he went up on Nunya's. He didn't go and attack Jason because he, it's not an unexpected thing. He uses the same fucking tactics. And the other reason that Jason did it, and I actually went and had a listen to this after, is because Tommy fucking tells little fucking, he distorts things. And there's a fucking classic example of how he does it a little bit later on.
Let's get there, and then
all right, let's keep planning, and then we can have the fucking discussion. I think it's probably a smart thing to do.
I don't want shit to pop off, so I keep it to myself and try to figure it out. And then just to see the way you fucking strutted around YouTube, talking about I don't lie. Yes, you do.
Trotted around. I still haven't seen what you've lied about. There's no lie here. He's recorded a conversation, but there's no fucking lie, Nonya.
I've still never been caught in a lie. I don't lie around here. I really don't.
And this is between me and you, not between me, you, and other people. It's me and you.
So it's between me and you, but you know that Tommy's sitting in the wings waiting to come up. And Batman, the reason that he didn't want to fucking hang around is because he knows the way that fucking Tommy operates. He jumps up, he overtalks you, he fucking won't listen, he never fucking shuts up. It's like, I refuse to engage with a fucker anymore. We pointed out his tactics the other day.
You can come up here and say it. I'll give you like 5 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. It said no. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes starting now.
Thanks, Telly. My Siri is named Telly. And then you Bill Collab. Shut up. And you Bill Collab first, Jason. No. I just want people to be real.
Yeah, it's being real now.
Yeah, it's really fucked up, Alan, if you know the whole story.
All right, stop making your fucking profile picture move.
I can't.
It's giving me like amnesia.
Stop looking at me. Do you want that or do you want the face? Because I got this face. Hang on. Hold on. Hold up. I'll just do this one. I got you. Fucking pansy.
I don't usually get like seasick from fucking pictures, but
If it's making you seasick, you are a pussy. I'm dragging tiny necks, bitch ass.
I don't go on boats.
Wog's getting ready for his trip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. Is that better? There you go.
See? Thank you, Vicky. Vicky knows.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm an asshole.
Mm-hmm. And it's still moving in the numbers.
Okay, it's just the water. Listen, you said make it stop moving, I get seasick, and I changed the picture with water. I didn't even think about that shit. Matt, I heard people saying that people was going after you, but I didn't see that. And we...
See, this was interesting to me. She's talking to Matt, saying, this comes back to fucking...
Mm-hmm. It's still moving in the numbers.
Gone too far now.
Okay, it's just the water. Listen, you said make it stop moving, I get seasick, and I changed the picture with water. I didn't even think about that shit. Matt, I heard people saying that people was going after you, but I didn't see that. And
she heard people saying that people were going after you, but she hadn't seen it.
We punch people in the dark around here for that. So.
And then she says, we punch people in the throat around here for that. So people that go after you unfairly, like people have gone after Matt C. Okay, I gave you those names. Just let me go back and tell you who was lying that you can go and punch in the fucking throat. I'm sure you're not aware of that, but Tommy should probably go and punch these people in the throat. that V something or other moderator, KR, WPG Freedom, Shauna Dennis, and the Dan Islander Alt 69 all fucking lied that they had seen Matt C over in Ed's chat. Okay? Maybe you didn't see that, Nonya. Appreciate that, but there you go. There's some people for your fucking list, and maybe encourage Tommy to go and take care of them.
No. You're Tommy Vivian. Good to know. Hey, Stacy. No, Petcon, you're a liar. LIER, babe. Yes, if you have a different opinion, you're considered an Edvidian. That's not true. These little bitches like you spread that shit. Nobody thinks Matt is an Edvidian.
Yeah, but you're trying to fucking smear. The point is here, this is back to this drama bullshit. I don't know whether Nunya's aware of this, but she's claiming that Matt C's obviously wrong. No one's trying to fucking call him an Edvidian. Yet I've given you 5 names of people that are in there protecting Tommy from the evil Matt C, who's just a follower. So again, Nonya, I don't know whether you're aware of that, whether it's just something, but you're automatically springing up to Tommy's defense, for some reason.
You're not. Have I treated you like you're an Edvidian? I don't even like saying that. It sounds retarded. Oh, I'm not allowed to put regarded, sorry. Annoyed wants to be doxxed. Heck, you are not in Zoom when we were talking shit about Matt C. We were talking about fucking Sam, not Matt C, stupid. Kevin, Laura broke your heart, didn't she? Okay. That bitch. He's about to release the Zoom log. Fuck. Don't do it. Is that you?
Yeah.
Okay. Jason.
What?
Let's keep it 100, okay? I don't know, Kevin, a bunch of fuck shit. I don't know, Kevin.
It's an answer. I don't want to be on camera all night.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead, give me a little caught up.
No, I said
I didn't hear the first part.
I said I really didn't like knowing what was being done. It was a lot for me to have to hold in when I'm a true friend. I don't keep secrets from my friends.
I don't keep secrets from my friends. Okay. All right.
And I've been way down
Unless
heavy.
you're sabotaging a fight, right?
Sabotaging a fight?
I'm just giving you shit. Go on.
I was about to say, don't do that. You sound like a man right now. Don't do that. So I would like you to tell everybody what you did. I don't want to have to tell everybody.
Oh, yeah, clearly. I was actually going to put out the... So you got to let me answer, though, because I don't want to get muted halfway through. And
I'm not going to mute you.
So as you guys know, I've probably met Tommy a half dozen times. And after each time I've met him, well, it wasn't until after the first 5 or 6, he'll always reference our meetings. Oh, you said this, you did that, or oh, this happened. And a lot of it just isn't true. So when I met him last time, I'm like, fuck, I'm too old to be doing the he said, she said thing. And I fucking recorded the meeting. And he said a bunch of shit that was really interesting. And I don't really care. I would do it again. Because there's always these questions about the he said, she said. So yeah, I went there, we drank. And part of it too is I didn't want him to be telling everybody I backed down when I didn't. So I made sure that was clear that I didn't on the recording, as well as some things he said and I said. I mean, he didn't really talk too much shit, just said a couple things here and there, and I'm sure I did too. I did miss an hour of the recording, sadly. My phone fucked up. But it was the first 45 minutes and the last maybe hour and 10. And yeah, so that was to protect me. That was to cover my ass because when Tommy says something, his followers take it as gospel, and then you have no chance to redeem yourself. So that's why I just fucking recorded that shit. That way there was no question. Call it grimy. Don't really care. That's all I got to say. I'm going to get back to my video games. Peace.
Okay, but that's not...
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you wanted to have a record. Part of it was due to the fight situation, that you wanted evidence that you didn't back out of it, because that's important to you.
That was the absolute main thing, because even before I got to Colorado, people were, I probably had 2 dozen tags and this and that, or whatever you call it on Facebook when they highlight your name and comments. Oh, you know, you're bitching out of the fire, blah, 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 blah. You did a conspiracy and all that stuff. And it was like, hold up. Nuh-uh, not me. So I just wanted to make sure, because like I told Kat Reed, I, you know, and she doesn't believe me, but I really do take pride in that stuff. You know, there was a time in my life that I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to do that for a living. And so if someone calls me out, I'll never, I mean, even if I get my ass whooped, I'm still going to show up and take my whooping, you know, I'm not going to just create a conspiracy to get out of it. Even if I didn't do any type of MMA and stuff for
Right.
for
But
a while, I would still show up and take my ass
the
whooped.
second thing seemed to be that you don't trust Tommy to actually give an accurate record of what happened either. You know, that he could potentially just start saying, oh, well, Jason told me this when we had our meeting, and you
Yes,
wanted some sort of backup evidence
and
towards that.
and I want to highlight that that doesn't necessarily mean Tommy is purposely lying to not give an accurate background, but if everything happens from a different perspective, right? Like if just like when Nonya said those things that I told Nonya, um, you know, I don't understand the context. To me, it sounded differently than what Tommy said. So Tommy might not necessarily be maliciously going out of his way to condemn me to the depths of YouTube comments, but he could say something that his followers take it in the wrong way. And if I don't have the, you know, if I don't have some proof, then I'm fucked. I'm cooked. My reputation is done when
All
I
right.
could have just, I mean, I wish I could go back in time and record the first 5 or 6 times I met Tommy, because it would help me with some other things. And just like Tommy said, there's a reason for 2 or 3 or 4 years he recorded all the calls, right?
They're saying your audio is a bit low, mate. Have you backed off a bit? Or
No, I don't. I have my headphones on.
okay. All right, and then what happened? So you're saying that you wanted to record it basically just to, if Tommy fucking went out of line, you'd have something that you can fall back on. It's like you didn't have any intentions in giving it to anyone. The only reason that you told Nunya with one small segment of it was because Tommy said some pretty fucking, you know, fucking.
so he said some things that made me question. Okay, so the way I was looking at it is Nunya will support Tommy like at all
Yeah,
costs, right?
yeah.
Um
And he wasn't reciprocating that. Was what
and it didn't
he
look like he was reciprocating it. So Nunya, who is, I guess, probably not anymore, but I don't know, that's up to her. Um, you know, my friend at the time, and I thought that he was not reciprocating, and maybe he didn't care as much about Nunya as she does him. And I wanted her to be aware that this is what's kind of going on. And I really, like I said, I really didn't think I should send it. But through the guidance of a good friend, a mutual friend of both of us, he thought that maybe I should, because, and he was on the fence about it too, but he was like, it's better. Could you imagine if I didn't tell Nunya anything and then something bad happened between them and I knew this whole time? I would feel bad. So
Mm.
that's
So you
that's it.
you basically, from your perspective, you were protecting a friend by telling them what somebody else really thought about them.
That was my intention, but
Yeah.
it didn't seem to end up that way.
Well, it's certainly not. I mean, it's spun around. But anyway, Tommy comes up soon, which was, pretty obvious that was going to be the next fucking thing.
What you told me, Jason, that's a lie, actually.
So you
So if you want to
lied.
come back and tell the truth,
So she's saying you lied. I don't know what you lied about exactly, but I'm sure she never actually said what you lied about.
Well, there was no lie.
I don't think.
I don't even know what she's talking about because there was nothing. There was no lie.
Which to me just seems, on the surface of it, just seems like a fucking smear thing.
It's an accusation without ammunition. I don't know.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's go.
that'd be cool as well. Because that's not what you told me. Because what you told me
Oh, here we go.
was, let me just make sure, hang on.
Missed this bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nonya.
Come on.
Oh, now Tommy pops up. So I don't think we get to actually hear what you're
Am I
talking.
Yeah. Was you just talking to the dog?
I don't think it was grimy. I don't think it was grimy at all. This is
Well,
why.
he's lying. That's not what he said. He did it for.
Well, I'm saying him recording. I don't.
It's like, okay, so Tommy's got a fucking completely different attitude to it, to what Nonya thinks is a fucking grimy hoe-ass thing to do, and Tommy's just gone straight up and goes, "No, I don't think it's fucking grimy." It's like, okay.
It was grimy. The recording, I don't think was grimy because, well, heard things, and, I've said things, but I don't think it was Jason that did that. But this is what bothers me: is Jason.
Yes, listen to the fucking word salad with this one fucking starts talking. As always.
Actually sent me a message. Hey, can I tell Nonya I don't want to be attacked? Can I tell? There was one other one, Jason. Can I tell Cap I don't want to be attacked? And so the grimy thing I did is, even when I talk shit, you guys, I wish the whole conversation would come out because I told him and Jason.
He said he hopes. There, he says he hopes the whole conversation will come out. You know, Tommy, if you want to confirm it, just confirm it, and I'm sure that fucking Jason will release the whole fucking conversation.
And real quick, I turned everything max volume I have on my laptop. I hope I'm gonna address what I was talking about with Cap. I hope my audio is a little better. Cap, the only thing I was, I don't know what Tommy was talking about. The only thing I talked about you was, I remember that day or whatever when I was like, Tommy had a 250,000 followers, and you were like, it was 130K. I actually asked Tommy because I swore it was like 230,000 or something. And in that recording, he actually told me it was 290,000. And that's all I wanted to know is if I could tell Cap that I asked that, but then I was like, I'm not going to fucking go out of my way just to tell you that. That was literally fucking it. Just so you don't have any questions about what it is. It was just about the follower count, not because I cared that much, but because it was just driving me crazy in my head, because I swore I had a screenshot somewhere of a catch and it was like 225K, and it was a little before he got, nuked. That's all that was. Just so you know. You don't have to believe me, but that's what it was. Well, it's recorded actually, so.
All right. It's interesting. I don't know why you would have brought that up. You seem to be appealing to Cap for about something. It's like, why would he have brought that up about Cap? And anyway, well, we'll just keep going. Seemed like an odd thing.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm like, listen, man, if you post me because you wanted to take a picture, he's like, slap the shit out of me. Slap the shit out of me. We can put that up. He's like, it's like a UFC, or what'd you say?
So now he's jumped to the photo that you want to put up or something? Jason, you there?
One more time. What did you say?
I'll just play. He's saying slap the shit out of me or something. Hang on, I'll just play it back. Did you hear what he said? I think Cap's still asking you in chat. Yeah, exactly. Cap follower account. All right, so you're onto it.
WWE. It's funny. I'm the bad, but this is what bothers me is Jason actually sent me a message. Hey, can I tell Nonya I don't want to be attacked? Can I tell
Nonya I don't want to be attacked?
So the thing with Nonya, the thing with Nonya was after me and Tommy had lunch, I was like, we should get a picture, and I asked him permission. Can I send this to Nonya, and then, or can I post it? I don't want to get attacked for like posting it without permission. That's all I was saying.
Oh, okay. So posting the picture of you
and that was when we were outside, like when we were both about to go our separate ways. That wasn't like some conspiracy.
So what did
I fucking record things.
Why would exactly why you fucking record things? Why would you get attacked though for sharing that picture with Nonya?
I don't know. It could have been my wording. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't remember I know it wasn't like malicious. I just wanted to have permission because Tommy would be half the picture, right? So I need the other half of permission.
Yeah.
That's all it was. And then Cap, yeah, that was just about fault. That's like I said, that's why I record things, because
exactly.
When people say things, it gets all fucked around, and then you got people coming at, you know, other people and shit for nonsense.
Because that makes, yeah, you know.
He said, can I tell Cap I don't want to be attacked?
Can I tell Cap? It's like, you know, it's like it's just a vague statement. Why doesn't he say, what is it that you were going to tell Cap?
And then Cap is probably going through every conversation he's ever had with me, like, what the fuck? What
Yeah.
did I do to this guy? When really it was just about some dumbass, like,
Subscriber count.
like 2-sentence fucking, not even argument, conversation me and Cap had. And I wouldn't even say I was feeling gaslighted. I was just feeling crazy, like I misremembered it. And I'm usually pretty good at remembering that stuff because I don't have a fucking life. I'll just be honest. So that's all it fucking was. It wasn't even
But it's like my question to Tommy is, why do you bring that up on a fucking panel like this? It's like you're saying, you're making it sound like Jason's was been spilling secrets about Cap, or you know, he was asking for permission to. It's like there's something nefarious going on. It's like it was just about a fucking subscriber count number. Why bring that up even?
And so the grimy thing I did is, even when I talk shit, you guys, I wish the whole conversation would come out, because I told him, and Jason, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm like,
you fucking heard him say that there again. I wish the whole conversation would come out.
Man, if you post me because you wanted to take a picture, he's like, slap the shit out of me. Slap the shit out of me. We can put that up. He's like, it's like a UFC, or what'd you say, WWE? It's funny.
I never said anything like that.
Okay, so here you go again.
The only time I brought up slap the shit out of me is when I was quoting him, because that's what, on the panel that he was drinking and he called me out, he said that he would slap the shit out of me and I wouldn't do anything about it. And the only time I said that is, like, at that meeting, I was like, you got to realize, if you say that to me, it's not something I'm going to let go. And I didn't say anything about him slapping me. And I mean, we're at a parking lot in the Buffalo Wild Wings, you know, at a Buffalo Wild Wings. So yeah, that was either misinterpreted.
But what I'm getting out of this again is another reason why you want to record fucking conversations when you're having with this fucker. Because he just starts going up on panels and throwing shit out there. And it sounds like, to me, the implication is that you've been doing something fucking wrong here, Jason. That's what it sort of leaves the doubt in my mind. And it's like, you can't fucking respond. He's the one with all the fucking clout, if you want to put it that way. And the only response that you've got is if you go, I didn't fucking say that. And then it's a he said, she said thing, unless you've got a fucking recording. All right, I'll keep going.
That guy and blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do it. I said, dude, if we hug and take a picture and you put it up, you're going to get attacked from, well, we'll call it the Advidians, which is, this is not what I mean. But
that's not what I mean. We're going to get attacked by the Advidians, but that's not what I mean. So he's trying to save your fucking ass. It's like, fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, but if you're going to go on this side, you're going to get attacked by them. Jason, do you feel that I ever talked shit about Nonya and PHI? Do you feel like I was disrespectful to them at all? Like, I'm just asking.
Okay. Do you want to answer that question he asked you?
I feel like what I heard was questionable, and it made me wonder, which is why I reached out to people close to Nonya, because I was worried about things.
So let me paraphrase that. You thought that Tommy said things to you that were disrespectful to Nonya and PHI, right? And then you clipped, after umming and ahhing about it, you took the clip of that conversation and sent it to fucking Nonya so that she could make her own mind up about whether this Tommy was being disrespectful, right?
Because what was said could have been taken in a way that is not good at all, that it could have had larger implications. I didn't necessarily think it would. That's why I asked for advice from somebody very close to Nonya beforehand, because I didn't know if I was making a big deal out of it, or if I was like, ooh, should I tell her? Because like I said, if something did happen in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and I knew about it this whole time, that would make me feel like shit.
All right. So, I mean, you're still a fucking right? You're still the adult though, aren't you? It's like you're recording, so it's your decision whether or not you tell Nonya. But what I'm getting from this is that, again, it's like I don't understand why Nonya would say that you're doing grimy shit because you've just sent a clip of something that Tommy said about her, which was you thought was possibly disrespectful. But she's trying to make you out to be the fucking the hoe ass fucking bitch or whatever it is. And that's what I just don't understand about this is how is this spun into a thing that you fucking
Well, if
done
she didn't
something wrong?
say, if she didn't say that, there wouldn't be people with, torches and pitchforks saying, "You did something terrible. You're a bad guy. Condemn you to hell, Mister." All those people would just be like, "Oh yeah, I kind of see the point or whatever," and maybe not, but there's a reason that if you put a narrative on something like that before you say it, it's because you're trying to push people in a certain direction. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Like
Actually,
if I said,
did
if I,
PHI did you let PHI know? Does she know,
uh, no, I
or did
didn't.
you just gave it
I've,
to Nonya?
yeah, and I kind of assumed that she would tell PHI, I guess, because I don't really talk to PHI. I don't have anything wrong with her. I've never really talked to her, so I don't know her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how to get a hold of her. I've never seen her Instagram or anything.
So, well, it'll be interesting. PHI, whether Nunya's told you what Tommy was saying.
Well, I mean, it's like it's all for narrative, right? Like if I went up to someone and said, "Hey, have you talked to Jeff lately?" It's a lot different than, "Hey, have you talked to that fucking lying, low-life scumbag piece of shit?" Like,
Yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? It's a whole different fucking. It means a whole different thing. And if and I don't know. I don't know why Nunya did that. I really don't. So.
I just keep playing. I was listening to this a little bit and ahead of the game, and there's a classic example of why you want to record a conversation that you had with fucking Tommy. I think it's coming up.
I know you're missing an hour, and we were there for almost 2 hours, maybe hour 45 minutes or so.
Right, but he's lying for one about maybe that is some of the reason why, but that's not the full reason. That's not what he's.
Well, no. You're right. I'm just.
So you're lying about the reason. I think that's what she's saying. You're lying about the reason that you recorded the conversation, I think, or but you're a liar, Jason, but I'm not sure what you're lying about. I think she's trying to put it that you're lying about the reason that you recorded the fucking phone call. Is that you said it was I think it's because you said that you were using it so that you could validate that it wasn't you that backed down out of the fight, when another reason that you recorded it is because Tommy can't be fucking trusted to fucking tell the truth. So you want a record. So there's 2 points. But, I'd suggest that,
But then later on, they say I only did it because of Sam and JT. So they can't decide why I did it.
Yeah. But this is where it gets fucking, okay, if there's any doubt why you need to record a fucking conversation when you're having one with Thomas Fellows, this is why.
From his perspective,
hang on,
He
just
left. He jumped down.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he came up here, said.
Sorry, what was that, Jason?
I was just saying, you better be careful if you say that, because you're going to get hit with the 3
Oh, look,
Ds.
I know that next it'll be me. I was over in Ed's chat and palling it up with Ed. They've fucking done that already. And then it'll be all sorts of smear shit, I'll fucking get CP or whatever. And then someone will probably dox me. And it's like, that's one of the reasons why I'm having these conversations, is because I'm expecting to get doxed soon. So I just want to be able to point people to some of these videos that I've got up here on my channel and say, go and have a listen to this. This is why I'm getting doxed, is because I'm saying fucking uncomfortable things about these fucking people. I mean, I've got absolutely nothing to hide. The only thing that bothers me is people just fucking hassling my kids and my fucking ex-wife. There's nothing that you're going to find that. If anything, it just fucking makes me look better if you go and find my fucking history or my fucking LinkedIn. So, I'm not going to say go for it because I don't want it to happen, but I've got nothing to fucking hide. Sorry, I'll go on with this. I'm getting fucking wound up now.
and took off. And
Oh man, I'm not even gonna that chip because I thought we cleared things up. He did say, Nonya, and I didn't tell you this. Maybe I forgot. Or he's like, listen, man, the one thing I'm worried about is I don't want people to think that I'm a punk and I punked out. And I said, you didn't punk out, and he didn't. You guys, we both showed up to the same restaurant. Like we had beers, and I thought it was a very good thing. We talked about. I saw 9 or 10 pictures of his child. He was so proud. Like he was super proud. Like a dad would be. I saw a different side of him.
I saw a different side of him. Yeah, it's a bit, okay, what's the normal side of him? Is the normal side is that he's a liar? Is that what you're suggesting there, Tommy? Or is it, maybe I'm fucking misreading that.
Admitted he fucked up on Decoin. I admitted I fucked up on Decoin. I thought it was good. And I didn't record, but I do see if he genuinely, Nonya, went there to record because he thought I was going to, okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I believe.
Okay. If he genuinely went there to record because he thought I was going to record, so it was like a tit for tat sort of thing, I don't believe that. I don't know that. I really don't understand that point, to tell you the truth. But I mean, it's an expectation. If there's an expectation that Tommy's going to fucking record thing, considering he records all these fucking telephone calls, I think it's a reasonable assumption that he's likely to be recording a meeting.
I mean, the only person who's told me that Tommy records is Tommy. Well, he didn't tell me, but told the panels. And
yeah.
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that in a mean way. I recorded him. That was tactical because I figured it was mutual.
Yeah.
And I still wonder if he did or not, and I hope he did. I don't care. Not much. It's not even worth play on.
But the point is that you thought it was fucking necessary and you recorded it. And the only reason that it's come out, it's not like you fucking played it in public. It's Nonya that's gone public with the fact that you did it. Anyway, let's get going.
He was influenced. He did tell me that
this is the fucking bit. This is fucking. Everybody fucking listen to this. Is Cat Reed, are you still fucking in here? Because you need to hear this. And any of you Tommy supporters, which is fine, you're Tommy supporters, but just listen to the way he operates, okay?
He fucked up on Decoin. I admitted I fucked up on Decoin. I thought it was good. And I didn't record, but I do see if he genuinely, Nonya, went there to record because he thought I was going to, okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I believe he was influenced. He did tell me that.
I believe he was influenced. So here comes the fucking damn conspiracy. This fucking weak man is influenced, okay? Because
Sam, and I might be wrong, I hope he comes back up, but Sam called him and said, hey.
Because Sam, all right, has he got your attention now? Sam, everybody. Oh, fuck, here we go. Sam, he's up to no good. Sam's fucking on the case here. Jason's been fucking influenced by Sam. But he fucking puts a caveat in there with, I might be wrong. After he's brought up Sam, I might be wrong.
You want to meet up for lunch or dinner or whatever. And I think he record, but I do see if he genuinely, Nonya, went there to record because he thought I was going to, okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I believe he was influenced. He did tell me that Sam,
He did tell me that Sam, it's like, okay, here's the facts. No, he didn't fucking say that Sam. Okay? This is why he fucking recorded the conversation with Tommy. We'll just play this through. Sorry before I fucking interrupt anymore.
I'd be wrong. I hope he comes back up. But Sam called him and said, hey, do you want to meet up for lunch or dinner or whatever? And I think he even told me
I think he even told me. Okay, well, we can fucking play the recording and then we'll know for fucking sure, won't we?
Tapped him to go drink with.
That Sam cashed out him.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
I believe he was influenced. He did tell me that Sam, and I might be wrong, I hope he comes back up, but Sam called him and said, hey, do you want to meet up for lunch or dinner or whatever? And I think he even told me Sam cashed out him to go drink with
JT. All right. So here he's saying that Sam called you and said, do you want to meet up for lunch or dinner? Is that a fact?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So how that played out is The day after Tommy called me out to the fight, I was hearing rumors that he was saying that there was some kind of conspiracy. So I immediately went live to dispel that and said, there's no conspiracy. I'm showing up to fight, period. That's it. There's no, if he thinks that someone is going to do a conspiracy in Weld County, he can pick the county 10 minutes before I get there, so I don't have time to set anything up. There's no conspiracy. And JT Colfax was in my chat, and he said, oh, you're going to be in Colorado? I'd love to get lunch. And I have no idea how to get a hold of JT Colfax, or at the time I didn't. And I messaged Sam Clinton and I said, hey, do you know how to get a hold of JT? Or no, I didn't say that. I said, here's my phone number. And I texted him my number, send it to JT. I didn't hear anything for another day or two, or up until I literally crossed through the Colorado border after I took my corny video, got through Colorado Springs and was just south of Denver, or just getting into Denver, and I got a call. I thought it was Tommy at first because I don't have his number saved. I answered and it was JT. He was asking how the drive was, and I was like, well, I don't know what to do, blah blah blah. You know, I don't know if the fight's happening. And he's like, well, what are your plans? And I was like, nothing. I'm just driving. And he was like, you want a drink? And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll get some beer, dude. And he asked if I could pick him up cigarettes on the way, and I'll give you cash when you get here. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm 45 minutes out. That was it. There was no plan. There was nothing. I didn't talk to Sam. I did talk to Sam on the phone since then. Just he asked, you know, how it was to hang out with JT and stuff. You know, brief call.
Did Sam cash app you anything?
I don't have a cash app. I don't even have a bank account. I only operate with cash because I like my money to be not known by
all right.
everything.
So I mean, this is why he needs to he wanted to record the conversation with Tommy. People. It's like, because Tommy does shit like this. He'll go up and he'll fucking throw things out there in public to his somewhere between 2,000 and 200,000 fucking followers, and fucking make statements like this that are fucking just about impossible to fucking reverse.
How can I reverse them if I have 200 followers and he has 200,000? It's impossible. That's why it's absolutely a necessity.
And he knows, and he fucking knows full fucking well that if you look at the chat which has been happening in here, from fucking, that automatically people come in and start defending and attacking, and started attacking Jason. And there was Kat and Becky and fucking Wob and fucking, you know, immediately going into the fucking defense. And Tommy's okay because, you know, we trust Tommy, and, you know, there's no fucking, it's just a blind fucking following. And it's the same with the fucking Matt C situation from fucking last week. And you don't call your fucking mods into account. And I'll mention those cunts again. The ones that start spreading fucking rumors and, you know, that, oh, Jason wouldn't be over in, or Telly was over in fucking, man, knocking it up with a fucking CP fucking suspect. And they all go into fucking action. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying that fucking Nunya's kicking that off. I'm not saying that fucking Tommy is kicking it off, but his inside fucking circle will jump into defense mode. And I'm suggesting that both of them fucking know that that's the fucking way the game's played. They don't have to fucking necessarily get their hands dirty. They just have to fucking throw an accusation out there without any fucking facts, and that their fucking inner circle or some fucking, you know, rabid fucking zealot is going to go after that person.
And now Nonya is, you know, disparaging what used to be good friends to her, tried to be, left and right. Just why?
This is the thing that's bizarre to me, is why the fuck is she so fucking invested in protecting Tommy's fucking ass? It's like, it's pretty fucking obvious when he does this sort of shit. And this situation is like, you've given her a bit of information in fucking confidence because you think that somebody that she trusts and believes in and supports doesn't fucking trust or believe in her. So you try to be the fucking friend to her, and she's managed to spin it in her fucking head that you were the fucking enemy somehow. I don't fucking understand it. I don't understand why she's on throwing you under the bus to fucking support Tommy when there was no fucking issue anyway. If there wasn't an issue, there wasn't an issue.
there's still no issue. There was never an issue with Tommy. It was all strictly, I don't want to say business, but it was all strictly sport for me. That was it.
But Tommy's come up himself and said, "Oh, I don't fucking mind." He knows that that a clip of that conversation has been given to Nonya. He didn't give a fuck. Why the fuck does she? And I'm going to give it called here as being a clout chase and just being out looking for fucking likes and so on. It's like, well, I could, quite cynically throw that same comment back across the fence and say, I can't see any other reason why there's this fucking relationship that she's got with Tommy in that sense. I mean, so yes, support the guy, that's fine, but don't throw other people under the fence that you think are attacking him or a danger to him. Because the only fucking thing I've thought about, why is it, and the only thing I can come up with in my mind, honestly, is that it's purely for fucking, maybe it's because this guy used to have 200,000-400,000 fucking followers, and you're trying to tap into that fucking market. That's what a cynic would say. There could be another explanation that I haven't thought of, but it's certainly a fucking
I
valid.
guarantee you, it never crossed anybody's mind to come talk to me in private about this. It was all meant to be done in public for the same reason Laura accused me of, for I don't know if it was for attention or content or what. I mean, either way, that's why we're all here. I'm not too upset from that, but it's just interesting, man. It really is. I genuinely wonder if people's minds have, I don't want to say changed, because I'm not here to change anybody's mind. I'm just here to give my side of the story. And I have to do it in this manner, because if I were to have done it on her panel, last time I was on her panel, when I asked about Jason Fellows, or Tommy told me to look up, boom, I was ganged up on 4-1, muted, I couldn't even talk, and so you have to do it in a position that you can actually say things without getting talked over, because I can't talk over people. I'm not good at it. I don't behave that way. I would have got smacked for that shit growing up, so I just don't do it.
So this backstabbing stuff, it's like, I'll tell you, that's what effectively Tommy accused Nonya of, as I understand it. Was that accurate? Or it certainly came across that way, or could be taken that way.
Are you still there? Sorry, it cut out for just 1 second.
Oh, sorry, mate. Maybe I'm fucking going a bit far, but as my understanding of it is that Tommy effectively accused Nonya of being Nonya and PHI of being fucking backstabbers.
So
roughly.
I don't want to. So not.
So,
I don't.
yeah,
he didn't use the word
backstabber.
Backstabber. He said that if that I better watch who I hang out with, because they'll be your friend now and attack you later. And I didn't know if he meant you as in you in general, you as in just you. And that's almost the exact quote. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but to the tune of, they'll be your friend now and they'll attack you later. And I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if that meant I didn't know what it meant. It sounded bizarre. That's why I asked, a good friend to go over it, because I didn't know. It made me worry. Is Nonya planning on attacking me later? Turns out she did. Or is PHI planning on being because PHI had been nice to me the couple times we talked. I didn't know. Are people planning on attacking me? Or was it in general that there's a history of Nonya being friends now and attacking later? I didn't know what it meant. I genuinely didn't.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. I shouldn't have cut you off then.
No. I was wrapped up. Go on.
Well, yeah. No. The thing. It's like, I don't know. Fucking Nonya backstabbing. It's like, I just don't understand why she fucking supports. She's twisted this into a thing that Jason is evil because he has passed on the message to her that someone that she trusts doesn't speak as highly about her, and is prepared to have that conversation with other people. He said that to a third party, Nonya.
And maybe Tommy was trying to be. Maybe Tommy was trying to be really cool with me. He probably was, just to give me a heads up, because he knows how the community operates. I honestly didn't know what the fuck any of it meant. I have a guy that I'm
Well,
meeting up
well,
for a fight, and then I have Nonya. So I was just like, you know what? Like I said, if something bad would have happened and I knew about it all this time, and Nonya was supposedly my friend at that point, I would have felt bad. I would have felt horrible if she, but and then maybe Tommy just didn't mean me and he just meant people. I don't know. I didn't know. It was a very odd, elusive statement to understand, and that's why.
but
I,
whether it was targeted at you as a warning to you specifically, or comment was that Nunya isn't to be trusted, right? Or am I
that
missing?
I would get attacked. That I would get attacked later. So I would.
Okay,
Yeah. So
and by
because I don't want to.
Nunya and PHI, was that what he was saying?
It was either Nunya and PHI or it was two girls that I'm close to, he said. And I don't, but I think he thought I was close to PHI, and I haven't really talked to PHI. So I don't know if he meant PHI or if he meant someone else. I don't want to drag into it, but Nunya was definitely the main one. Because I'm
Okay,
not, because Nunya was the only other girl that I even like talked to as a friend and stuff. I mean, there's a few, but that Tommy would know.
okay, so but on that then, is it possible that you're misinterpreting, you're putting names to those females that aren't necessarily the right names?
Oh, it could be. It could be. There's three people, and I know there's three people it could be, and I know Nunya is one for sure, and I think PHI is the other one, but it could be somebody else. And that, like I said, it was confusing and elusive to me. That's why I asked a good friend of mine who knows them better than I do if I should say
Mm.
anything about it. And I'll
Okay,
never
because
say his
I
name
think
because
that's
it's
sort of
not
important
relevant.
to the thing is whether or not those people were specifically named. But I can't think of why some random person that you're close to, there aren't that many fucking women that are in a position to be able to fucking hurt you. I mean, the
Well,
only
that,
ones that I can think of that have got any sort of influence around here to be able to do that sort of shit would be Nunya, PHI, Bobby Joe. They're the main ones, aren't they? There isn't. It's not like fucking Becky or bloody. No one. He's not going to be following what they're doing. So it's got to be like headline, top tier women, if you like. But again, it was Nunya's choice to make it fucking public, to warn people against fucking Jason,
mhm. Well, I
which
think
just seems,
I think the main thing is she's trying to make it out to look bad that I recorded. And believe me, I don't feel good about recording. I really don't. I don't want to say I didn't want to, but I knew it was necessary because of, as we've explained in this stream. And like I said, the first 4 or 5 times I met Tommy, I did not record. And I've noticed that those meetings have been referenced several times. And I
mm,
honestly don't think Tommy meant to say how things went down the wrong way. And like I said, they could have gone down whatever, how he saw, that's how he saw him go down. But I didn't want there to be a question this time, and I personally was really bummed out the fight got canceled. And for me to feel better about the fight getting canceled, I wanted there to be proof that it wasn't me, that it was not my fault. There was no
mm,
bullshit conspiracy, because here's the thing: the conspiracy people are going to think that about me, which I know it doesn't matter. It's just the internet. People are going to think that about me that aren't going to hear this stream anytime they see
mm,
me after this. And it just made it was for me to feel better that I had that on recording, because I take that stuff a lot more seriously than some
mm,
people, and then probably anybody here. And then like the byproduct of that recording just happened to be something questionable was said about one of my friends, and I just wanted her to be aware, because like I said, if something would have happened and I and I I knew that whole time, I would feel somewhat responsible. Like, that's it.
mm.
Fuck her.
Well, yeah, I guess Nunya knows her fucking reasons, and I'm sure she'll fucking comment on it at some point. But the thing that coming back to Tommy, and the reason why I think it's valid that you need to record this fucker when you have a conversation with him was this statement that he made in the middle of it when he came off. I believe he was influenced. He did tell me that Sam, I might be wrong, called him and said, do you want to meet up for lunch or dinner? I think, which he fucking didn't. So he's trying to put fucking, because he's got a fucking bad memory, or B, that he's trying to associate Jason with the evil Sam in an innocent kind of fucking way. So he's made a fucking statement which is false, that can be verified by a recording, and he's got this caveat there, I might be wrong, I think. Well, how about you don't fucking say it until you know whether it's true or not. And then he even told me Sam cash-apped him to go drink with JT Colfax. See, folks, it's a conspiracy. Bloody Sam and JT Colfax were in his fucking, trying to influence this poor guy. I kind of like him. He's a good guy, but he was being influenced by fucking the evil Sam and JT Colfax.
It started with a conspiracy and it ended with one world.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And it's like, it's like I want to fucking support the guy as a catcher and doing all this shit, but then he comes and gets involved in this kind of bullshit. I think the good thing about it is that the cunt hasn't got 200, 300,000 subs like he used to. I mean, at the moment, he's only got, when he goes on his rants about you or fucking whoever it may be, or fucking Matt C, or, some absolute nobody, in his chit chat, he's got less than 2,000 people in there at the moment. So he's not causing too much damage. But if he's saying that kind of shit in front of, 300,000 fucking subs, that Jason is a fucking asshole, you don't think that there's going to be someone in there that's going to fucking try and harm him for hurting the leader of the fucking cause? And I'm fucking just picking up. A lot of people have said this over time. It's like, and I've fucking seen it, but it's like, I don't know. Until you really start fucking having a close look at what's going on,
I agree, and I hope we have a lot of close looks on everything that's going on. I'm enjoying this thoroughly.
Well, let's see. I'll go back to that bloody PowerPoint that I had up if I can, because this is sort of interesting. So we'll drop that for now. It's like it's sort of done, and whatever happens now, either one of us will probably get accused of blasphemy and fucking burnt at the stake. But fucking so what?
Well, it'll come back to the 3Ds. They're going to distance. Then they're going to, what was the other one? Distance. I already forgot them.
I know the last one was dox, I think.
Distance, denounce. Distance, denounce, and then dox.
All right. So what this is, I want to, these are the ones I want to hang with, the fucking cleavage people. All right. The truth people. It's like, if you're fucking too far into one side or the other, it's like, you're welcome to come over and have a fucking chat and so on. But, if you want to fucking, I don't know, you're so heavily invested in your fucking boss and you hate what I'm fucking saying, it's like, don't bother coming over. But, and you probably know full well that if you are seen in this chat by some people, then you're going to be fucking smeared probably. But this was interesting, I thought. I put together, because you were saying that the amount of, this was, if you look on the left there, that's what Alex has on his PP South Texas subscribers that he's managed to keep up for, I think, over 12 months now. And he's still got the NV cap one going. But let's assume that the ones on the NV cap are also on South Texas. So he's got 200,000 subscribers on YouTube that view his content on YouTube. So ignoring all of the stuff that he's got going on outside of that. And you've got old CPP there, which had, I think we were giving him like 260,000. Okay, so that was where it was at. And if you look at these small numbers at the bottom, you've got FM. This is just for relevance of the scale that these people have as followers. So you've got FM, PHI, Ryan, Wolf, and I think I've got Ed in there. Yeah, so they're virtually fuck all. And you compare that to the size of the fucking clout that Tommy had when he was up at 260,000, and I do think it was higher than that. I've heard numbers of like 400,000, but either way, it doesn't matter. So you got this fucker with this many followers coming in and fighting against these people at the bottom in the most community. It's just odd. Let's put it that way. And if you look at where he's at now, see that orange bit in the middle there at the top? That's that at the moment he's got less than 2,000 fucking subscribers on YouTube. And Alex has still got his 200,000, okay? So Alex is like 91 or 92% of this little group of subscribers. And how much drama do you see coming out of fucking Alex? And how much drama do you see coming out of fucking Tommy? And Tommy will go up on a fucking panel for an hour, risk his violation of his. He's going up on a panel with a witness that's against him in a fucking court case to argue that one fucking lowly viewer of his said something which he took fucking umbrage to. It just staggers me. Yeah, it'd be hard to see on a phone.
Yeah, but having a visual aid is it's very unique, and I'm glad you're doing it.
But I mean, look at that. You got fucking all of Alex in the blue there has got all of these fucking subscribers on YouTube, and he's fucking never discussed in the fucking drama channel. Never. Yet Tommy's, I mean, even if that's, I don't know what he's getting up to these days before he gets his channel renewed, even if he gets up to, 10,000 fucking subs again, mate, you're doing something fucking wrong if you're involved in that much fucking drama. And it's obviously in if you're going from this kind of fucking share, which you were fucking way over the biggest one probably, to a fucking little bit of a pinprick, and you're still involved in the fucking drama. I don't know, mate. Your focus is fucking wrong. Sorry, but it's as simple as that. Yeah,
well, and then people criticize, like Nonya Tommy, Nonya, Nonya, like the name of her stream, right? And okay, fair enough. We talk about Tommy. We're still talking about Tommy. We talk about Nonya. We're still talking about Nonya. But Tommy was on panel calling me out to a fight. Tommy was on panel yelling at a witness in a criminal case that he's involved in. And this is not shit talk. These are observations, right? I hope nobody thinks it's shit talk. I'm just observing what happened, and you never see that stuff with Alex, and you keep seeing that stuff with Tommy. So yes, if he keeps doing that stuff, we're gonna keep talking about it. It doesn't matter. Don't blame us for talking about it. Like, we're gonna talk about it, just like we talked about Jeff. It happened. We're gonna talk about it. That's why we're here.
Yeah, tough shit. If you don't like it, it's like fuck off. Is my attitude. And it's the other thing is that it's the Tommy is introducing his fucking viewers into the fucking drama community, because he's talking about this shit with his fucking new viewers that are coming into his channel, and then they're feeding into the drama community to try and find out what the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't set out the reason. Again, the reason I'm doing this, Tommy, is because you fucking told me to have a fucking look at you and give you examples of where you. And it's like, as much as I fucking ignore it, you're always fucking there at the center of it, and you're telling fucking bullshit. You're telling porky pies, but you're doing it in a way where there's always a plausible deniability. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he said this. It's like, anyway. Actually, are we done with this topic? I don't know. I saw, I think fucking Ryan was down there looking for a link. Do you want to see whether he's got anything interesting to say?
That's up to you, man. It's your
Yeah.
show.
I mean, I've done it. I think I've sort of done with it. Have you got anything else to say? Or
I just hope nobody takes this as shit talk. I hope they feel satisfied with my answer. It might not be the answer that they wanted, but it's the answer that I have. It's the reasoning that I feel comfortable with, and I'm not going to apologize for. I believe in my own reasoning. There was no lies. There's not going to be lies. If I accidentally lie because I don't know the information, that's one thing, but I'm not purposely lying. I didn't purposely lie. These are my reasons. I stand by them, and you're not going to get an apology from me because I would be lying if I said I was sorry. So I hope that's good enough. I hope this is the end of this topic, but it probably won't be. Like I said, we've gotten the distance, we've gotten the denouncing, but we haven't gotten the doxing. So you guys are probably going to see my custody documents thrown out there. I don't really care. There's nothing in there except what my ex said about me, which, I'm not in jail, so it's not true. So, because we've seen the playbook before. We know what happens after the distance. We know what happens after the denouncing. Now is the doxing. So, I just ask that you leave my kid and my kid's mom alone because, just irrelevant. But that's it. I appreciate everybody in here for listening, and I hope it was productive. I really think that breaking this stuff down like this is productive, and I hope we can include more people on these shows, Telly, that can speak cordially and, not just, like how we talked, just normal.
yeah, I mean, hopefully so. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I want to sort of get back to. I want to get Bobby Joe up here and give us the history of the history a little bit of whether how everyone started and who's up who and who hasn't paid and where the relationships fell over. But I mean, obviously, another stream. It's fucking been long enough. I think this one. Yeah, I put that powered by Windows 95, but it's a little bit of a nod to FCC, who was having a dig at me about my PowerPoint version. I'll drop the link to see if anyone wants to come up. Well, if it works, I don't know whether it's going to work in here. Let's see.
My MacBook, I got it as a senior in high school, and so it would have been 2009 or 2010. I can't remember when I got it. I graduated in 2010, so I don't have the newest software either.
No, this is fairly new. It's not fucking 95. I think it's a 2-year-old laptop or a 1-year-old laptop, so it's pretty current. But I haven't fucking. It's been a while since I used PowerPoints. Yeah, it would be nice. Was it Batman that to? It doesn't support any slideshows, transitions, and that kind of thing. So you just got to try and lump everything together. I don't know. It's too small for trying to work out whether you're doing it for a telephone. And the other thing is, I don't really want to. NV cap is tweaking. Is that NV cap? Just chuck your camera on with your NV cap just so I can see whether it's you. No, I got you. Hey, buddy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. I was highlight Batman's question
I'm
there.
backstage or...
Oh, there he is.
Hello?
Yeah, I got you, mate. I can hear you, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So every time I go on, Restream, I have to use MVCap is tweaking. That's where I tweak.
Okay, all right.
So,
do you use Restream at all, or do you just use StreamYard?
I use StreamYard because I don't use bad technology, and I'm not trying to be like Sam.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm using this is because I've run out of time on the StreamYard one, and I don't really know what I want to. It's telling me that I'm doing too much. As when I hit that limit, I think it was just I thought I'd use this for a one-off. And
oh no, I know a way around that. I could show you, but
yeah.
Just gotta make another email. It's just email, but Yeah. But why are you dealing on my drama turf? That's a real question.
So what was your question?
Why you why you dealing on my drama turf?
Your drama turf. I'm fucking
We only
moving in. I'm your
MVCap Fireside only had 20 views. Like, because whatever's going on here, like what is this? I don't know.
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't know. I just thought I'll just go on fucking live because it was the time that I could do it. Sorry if I
Yeah,
was.
graphs and shit.
That
Yeah.
was it. Were you live? Were you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just I went live because I'm gonna be checking out the solar eclipse, so I'm kind of going to the epicenter of all of like where that's gonna be going. So I'm either gonna be going. There's kind of three possibilities. Like maybe I'm going to Buffalo, New York, but probably the top of like between the Canadian border and New York is kind of like two possible places for me. But
I think it's
yeah,
always dark in fucking Canada though, isn't it?
I've never been.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not
I
very
know if you
bright.
go to a wee top, like there's times like where it's like daytime 24/7 and then nighttime 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we have that around here. Well, further north from where I am, but you get that. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. See, when it's dark that early, I was falling asleep 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I was ready for fucking bed again. But when it's light all day, you just don't feel like you need sleep. So it's kind of odd how that affects your system.
Yeah, I slept through the craziest drama moments of the community
Yeah.
a couple nights ago. The craziest moments of the community.
Well, were they all on Friday night? Just past.
Yes. So I saw the locksmith panel and I went to the Jeff panel. It was yeah. I watched kind of the reruns of it, like
Yeah.
or the recap of it
Actually,
after. But
I think that'll be something that I could just edit the night's highlights and put them out every fucking morning at a 15-minute newsreel of what while you were sleeping. Fuck, that was bizarre. What did you think? What was your outtakes on Friday? Did you think anything in particular hit you?
oh, I didn't say anything about Ed. I just saw like all I saw was I saw Jeff's brother yelling at his ice cream, like having some kind of like conversation with ice cream or something. I was like, that was kind of interesting.
It was fucking mean ice cream though. It was really nasty.
Yeah, and he was like showing it on camera, and I was like, well, it's nasty. Like, why do you do that? Like, that's gross.
So
But he was having like kind of a an argument, I think, with the ice cream too. I'm not sure what he was saying back. Like, and I guess it was like like an imaginary friend made the ice cream too. So he was like, "You made this ice cream for me? This is amazing." Remember that part? It's
yeah,
like, so I guess he has like an imaginary friend that makes ice cream. So, like, that's. I mean, I'm kind of used to that, honestly, in of itself. But and then, yeah, I don't know. Then I saw Jeff's panel, a little bit of it, and yeah, that was kind of fucked up. That panel,
yeah, it was, wasn't
that
it?
was like extra fucked up. And
I
I saw
fucking
FCC went on loop at Cap, and
Oh, did he?
yeah, he
Oh,
malfunctioned.
yeah. Fucking FCC is a fucking waste of space, isn't he?
He just
Yeah.
malfunctioned, bro.
Yeah.
It's like he overheats and then needs to like recharge for like 6 months and then like comes back into the community or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Basically like Windows 95. I thought the Windows 95 was like a reference to FCC himself because like he's just like an old computer basically on loop. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be that too. Fucking what was the old Commodore 64? I'm still running with the. Yeah, fucking bizarre. So when's the eclipse? Is that today? Is it?
It's actually tomorrow. So today I'm just traveling to the midpoint. I'm going to Oneida County in New York. So that's where I'm gonna be today. Checking into a hotel. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, then I'm gonna be heading to Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. You're gonna drop in there. If you're dropping near Rhode Island, drop in and say hello.
Rhode Island.
It's a joke.
Oh yeah, because someone said you live there or something like that. Like
Yeah, that's it.
I have a weird suspicion you don't.
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I said Serena was going to chase the eclipse with Rumsky.
Yo, I heard if you jump during the eclipse, you'll actually like float, and then you'll actually be able to fly forever. You'll like gain the ability to fly.
All right,
That's all you have to do. Like once the eclipse is in full effect and you're in the full path, you just jump and then you can fly again forever.
What do you think about this theory? Maybe you know how like people tend to there's a theory that people get a bit insane around full moon. Maybe this eclipse is having a little bit of a pull on the community sanity.
Well, okay, so think about this. Like, I feel like a full moon invokes violence, so maybe the eclipse will be the solution because it'll be like no moon,
Well,
right?
That's a good point. Well, but it's a solar eclipse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, so it would wait. I don't know what that would mean then, because it's a moon blocking the sun. So it's like a full moon, but on the sun. So then,
So
okay, so that just means the apocalypse. Basically, we're all dead.
So yeah, it means that the madness is going to be there, but people are going to be sleepy because the sun isn't out.
Let's try on that 2.5. I mean, I don't know. Depends.
Yeah. Well, for the sake of balance, do you want to make any comments about Ed while we're fucking up here?
Well, I know he's a CT suspect with an open investigation, but I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable of his latest controversy.
Fucking who knows? Hey, what do you think? Do you think it would be fairly straightforward to get some kind of document from the police force saying that this investigation is now closed, like a formal statement?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like I would be doing everything. I think that situation's like extra crazy because like it's like one thing to like I would be doing everything I could to clear me. I mean, like just in any way, even legally, whatever. Like, I mean, that's clearly gonna have a lot of implications if you're publicly being called a CP suspect when you were. But then like I don't know, to not have the expectation that the biggest thing that kind of just that kind of startles me is like to not have the expectation that that would be a big deal. That's kind of what makes me question everything the most. That hits the red button or the red alarms.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always going to be questions around that. No matter what. So people are right. If he comes up with an acquittal effectively from law enforcement that fucking absolves him of any fucking, that the investigation is closed and it's no longer open. We didn't find anything. There's still going to be questions around the way that he fucking handled it. But at least he's got something to point to. I for one would say, okay, well, if it's closed, it's fucking closed. I might not, like the guy personally, or he's, the way he fucking does things, and still not choose to hang over there. But at least, I wouldn't call him a CP suspect in an open, involved in an open case.
Yeah,
I'd drop that statement if he could provide something. I'd still fucking wouldn't, think particularly highly of him, but I wouldn't throw that accusation at him anymore.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of I mean, what makes it extra crazy is like because like any kind of like defamation situation, it kind of implies that some other conflict or situation was going on. So then, like, okay, you slander the person, whatever. You have a problem with them, then you slander the person, whatever. But his situation was like we were actually good and cordial and everything up until like me and Ed never really had. I don't think we had too much of an issue, like, and especially before the before that came out. So no, it was that because I was genuinely wondering like, is a person who like helped me on catches and everything, is he capable of committing this heinous crime? Like if there was no cameras or whatever, like that was why I was pressing him in the beginning because I was like, tell me that this isn't true.
Yeah.
So
because
my energy has always been consistent and genuine. Yeah.
But it is a shock though, isn't it? When you find it, you think you know someone, and then you find out something like that. It's like your whole assumption of what the guy is and what he's about is it's been fucking thrown into doubt. And I think some people can handle that. Actually, we were talking about this morning, weren't we, Jason? I think about when you see you've got the wife of a predator, and they said they've just found out that their husband and father of their children, the last 40 years and whatever, turns out to be a fucking pedophile. And you see the people go into shock, don't you? Like sometimes anyway, the partner is like, no, that can't be. Well, denial is probably the term, isn't it? They can't be, they can't be fucking that. I don't believe it. And they'll start defending them straight away.
Well, like I found out my kid's mom, fucked her boss behind my back, and
Yeah.
and that's not near as big as pedophile stuff, but I remember just looking at the phone for a second, like trying to convince myself that I wasn't reading what I was reading, right? No, it can't be. It can't be. We love each other. We have a kid,
Yeah.
We're, and it's there is that period of denial, which I think is going to be different for everybody and all different situations. So, if if you came and told me that one of my close family members, I can't use a wife as an example because I'm single, but a close family member was a fucking pedophile, I wouldn't believe it. If some random dude came up to me with a binder screaming and yelling, "Oh, a pedophile, look, 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 look," I wouldn't believe it. I would eventually end up believing it as long as it was true, but right then and there I'd be like, "Get the fuck away from me. Get off my property. Fuck you, dude."
Yeah.
Like, and eventually you have to believe it if you actually piece together the evidence and all that stuff, or you sit down and talk to the guy. But yeah, there's definitely a period of denial, I think, for I don't want to say any person, but a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like I never really like make it a point to like go like after the families necessarily. Like every time the family gets involved, like I've either been like it's just not the intention. Like sometimes the family like gets involved, but like I don't want them to get involved. Like I never did that thing where it's like calling the parents and everything just because it's or calling the whatever
No.
like because I don't think it's effective. I think it's just like because
No.
there's no way they're gonna believe someone they cared about all this time and maybe even raised or whatever was capable of this, and like that shock is gonna be understandable. It's between like my issue is always between me and the predator.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I've generally had trouble with that. It's like humiliation porn or fucking you're just trying to fucking get that shock value of how somebody reacts when they find out that their fucking partner that they believed in is something else, and it's just kind of I don't know. I don't fucking enjoy watching it anyway. I mean, there's a couple of times I've obviously to start with, but then you think about it and it's just not fair. I don't think.
yeah, I mean, like even though like the last catch it was or not last catch, but like maybe the last couple of catches or whatever, it was like the family got involved with that other predator. Like I guess like well, I guess they were saying he was special needs. I don't actually believe he was special needs. He seemed perfectly capable to me. Um, but like yeah, I mean, even though it was kind of like it kind of was like content was like crazy shit or whatever. Like I see always like the family getting involved as like a nuisance. Like I'm just trying to interview the predator. Like it's all about like gathering information of the predator. Like what did the predator do? Like
Yeah.
I want to hear about a mom or a dad or a brother or an uncle. Like
It's a distraction, isn't it?
it's a nuisance. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to ask you, how hard was it for you to get the police involved and side with you? Did it take you a long time to build up a relationship with them to get them?
So I will fully credit as far as like Marlboro goes. As far as what I would know, I would fully credit that to FDK setting that up.
Yeah.
Like because but actually I don't know. I'll just say like he put me in contact with a detective here, and let's just say but I don't know like I'll just say I don't know I'll just say but it was kind of like a crazy coincidence, but when I actually met that detective, I realized that I knew who he was and I grew up with him.
All right.
But yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, like literally on the same block. So
All
it's
right.
kind of trippy about that. But I would credit FDK for establishing that, and PB Mass kind of set the whole landscape for like a lot of police cooperation with law enforcement. So I would say
Yeah.
PB Mass and FDK
Yeah,
have done their rules.
I missed that. So you'd say what was the last thing that you said?
Well, I mean, PB Mass kind of like set the landscape for it too.
PP Mass. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as far as like I think setting up like more like a cooperation with the police and a cooperation with police and catchers and things like that.
And what's
Yeah,
what's
but
your what's your thoughts on what's the term I'm looking for? Buddy, conviction versus exposure.
I changed my mind on that. I do. I would do anything I could for the importance of conviction, but now I heavily see exposure because sometimes like they'll just sit on cases, even if
Yeah.
you do everything right, they'll just sit on cases and not do anything. So it's like I'm actually gonna just build a website and then
Yeah.
just expose the shit out of all the predators. No one will be able to take it down, and whatever the hell happens after that, I don't care. But
But how do you get the exposure when you haven't got a big channel? Do you target who you're exposing them to, or
well, I think eventually you just kind of make as much media presence as you can. I mean, I'm actually just gonna like pay someone to do that because I know less than nothing about like how to get things like trending or like social media stuff. Like that's honestly so over my head. I don't know how that stuff works. So I'm gonna
is
like
it?
pay someone to do that, but just wanted to point to the website and then kind of make that like
Yeah.
the central.
We just let me bring this up again because this is kind of interesting. The fucking thing. I just get there. This is a bit hard to see, but so this is like a subset. This is Alex's. Get rid of the thing. So on PP South Texas, right? Alex has got 200,000 subs. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and if you look at yours is up there, oh fuck, it's all jumbled up in the top there, but the subs you've got is probably about 1%. It's one of those really thin lines compared to what Alex has got. So if
Yeah.
you look at the potential for exposure for a catch that Alex has, versus your channel, you're not going to get much exposure just out of your YouTube channel. And I'm just saying that just as a point of interest. It's like you got a catcher like Alex, and this is only his fucking South Texas thing. This is YouTube. It doesn't include your NV cap one. What's that at, about 60, 70, 80 or something, 100?
I think it's at 70,000, something like that. And I would credit that completely to Alex. Obviously, like I wouldn't take credit for
but
that.
I understand that, but it's like his reach is like, say, 270,000 subs, where yours at the moment, if you get a catch, is 1,500, 2,000 or something like that.
I mean, at most, yeah. Like,
and it's like, again, I'm not being critical. I'm just saying, it's like, how do you get the exposure? If that's the goal, and I can understand that's the goal because convictions are fucking just not happening anyway. But how for a small channel, how do they maximize exposure?
I don't know. My best guess, and like I'll stress guess because like I just have like less than a clue about like social media, but I would I don't know. My thing is I'm just gonna like do my thing, like, and just like do the investigative journalism best I can, at least of just getting like investigating the predator, and then just like pay someone who just knows way more about than me than about like how to grow a channel or anything like that, and just have them do it. So I guess like that's like my thing, but like mainly to just point to the website though. Like I think it's all going to be the website because like YouTube is taking down like channels and everything. Like Alex, if you think about it, like Alex would have like millions of views.
But
like Alex would probably like be at Mr. Beast level if it wasn't
how long has this PP South Texas been going for now?
I mean, I feel like that's been almost since the beginning. I want to say almost 2020. I don't know, but I mean, I think it's just been like around. Like it was originally because Southeast Texas was a branch of predator poachers, and they were doing branches.
Yeah.
So he was like a whole nother catcher, and then he just uses that channel.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that was going on since like the early days. So
Yeah.
I would almost want to say like 2020 or something like that. If
But
longer, I mean,
he's managed to keep both this one and yours up on YouTube though, hasn't he? For the since the fucking crackdown, whatever. He's changed the way that he's editing his videos so that they don't get taken down.
yeah, I mean, that actually like yeah, that scares the hell out of me. Like, so I about like videos getting taken down. Like, I don't really know about that. I kind of help a lot of help with the editing with that now. Um, just so yeah, but it's gonna be tough. I don't know if we can work something out with YouTube, or at least apply pressure to the situation or exposure to that situation. But it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's part of the problem, isn't it? For sure. But again, it's like, okay, how has this fucker managed to keep this channel going? I mean, obviously, you can't do live chat catches on YouTube because it's that's risky as fuck. But he seems to have found a way to edit them and get them to stick up there without getting this channel down, and your channel, your NVCap one, taken down.
Yeah,
So
it's
there's obviously
very
a way that you can edit and still survive. I mean,
very
if exposure is the game, sort of thing, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think it's like the way that they're edited or something, and like the way it's all done. It's a very careful thing. Like it is like it's like surgery basically at that point. Like for kind of a YouTube, it's like how
Yeah.
they do it, like brain surgery, or how they pull that off. They just like bleep out everything right. Yeah, but I just hope it continues. But it'd be very very tough to edit that way. I
I
would just
mean,
say it's kind of like one of those things where it's like once you have like the recipe or like the secret sauce, then you just like make it the same way and everything like perfectly.
yeah.
So it's kind of like I don't know, it's like a recipe kind of thing. Like you have to know like the perfect way to edit.
Do, do they still get more views on the videos on YouTube, or do they get more? I mean, obviously the catches themselves when they're happening, they're surviving off YouTube. But I wonder what. I mean, he's got 200,000 on here. I wonder, is that the majority of his viewers for like rewatching catches? I just wonder whether they're on YouTube or whether they're on Rumble or Facebook or whatever other platforms. Just for the ongoing sort of views is what I'm
I heard
thinking.
Facebook is good. Facebook is really
Is it?
kicking. Like I mean, I would have to have someone that knows anything about Facebook to like go on Facebook like for
Yeah.
me or whatever. But yeah, I heard good things about Facebook. But yeah,
Would you,
yeah.
would you
Remember
con-
it? Yes, sir.
sorry? Would you consider sharing a channel for the I don't know. Say just as an example, let's pretend. Say that Alex would be happy to let you put your catches on his two channels that are um, on YouTube, just to maximize exposure. I mean, they would have to be edited to his fucking standards, but that would immediately give the exposure to your catches to a far wider reach than you're ever going to achieve by yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. I mean, actually there is a catch actually that actually like his editor is actually editing my catches now. So I got 3 coming out like in April, like hopefully April May hopefully. But like one went out. I mean it actually it did get like I would say like I mean 20 like, it's something like 25,000 views. That's like insane to me. Like a
That's a lot.
thousand is like a big to me. Like I don't know. But like I mean. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, because one of the things with it is like, okay, there's views and there's views, aren't there? It's like some of the views, and I wonder what sort of percentage of them are just purely for entertainment. But I always look at these sorts of things and think it would be useful for someone like Alex, just for people that are going back and looking through them, is to have them sort of some sort of geographical way of looking at them. So you could I don't know, say Colorado. What are the catches in Colorado? Because I live in Colorado and I'm interested in the fucking pedos that are around me. It's like, can I look at the catches that are only in that region, rather than by date or by, the sort of whatever else you can sort by on YouTube. Don't know how you do it, but someone in New Mexico would want to look at the New Mexico catches to see if there's anyone around there that they maybe know or.
Yeah, that's why Facebook's perfect for that because it's more like tied to location and stuff, and like it gets personal and everything's on Facebook.
Yeah, I should. I haven't had a look. It's like, yeah, it's out there. Interesting to know. Yeah. So when are you heading off to in search of the fucking eclipse track?
Well, I gotta kind of like get ready and pack, and then I'm gonna be in. I'm kind of going to a midpoint area, so I'm going to a hotel in Oneida County. It's kind of dead in the middle of New York. And depending if I go to Buffalo or northern New York, that's kind of my plan. But it'd be about 3 hours each way. But yeah, that's kind of the plan.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. So have you got anything else, Ryan, that you want to talk about, or Jason?
I was just curious. Well, I know Ryan was putting together that video with, when he was about to go to California and stuff. Is that still in the works, or it just didn't go as planned? I was just curious.
Well, so as far as like YouTube, it was pretty much like almost certain that I wasn't gonna like directly like talk to them, but so it's kind of like symbolic as far as like going to YouTube headquarters. But I mean, tons of people made like a lot of videos like answering kind of the prompt questions, and like seems like a very
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
grassroots
I
campaign that's
made
gonna
I
happen.
made
And
one. It was,
oh yeah,
yeah.
and like yeah, like all of that kind of will be going out, and it just like I don't know, like it really it was like a great opportunity to like capture like genuine emotion of like that. It just like because like I guess like let's say like the prankster community was being taken down or something like that, it would be like it wouldn't be like a community of like people backing it in a genuine way. It'd be like okay, they got their shit taken down. Um, but with predator catching, it's like a whole like movement behind it of like survivors, parents, like child victim advocates, all kinds of things that like genuinely back this form of investigative journalism. And it really like hopefully can be an opportunity to capture like a real genuine reaction to it. And
I've
I've
said this
corresponded
before.
to YouTube. Yeah, sorry.
I've said this before, and those who are censoring information throughout history are never the good guys. When the media is censoring things like whatever left-wing, right-wing media, it's always for an agenda. Why does North Korea censor their media to control people? Why did Nazi Germany censor media, right? Why did Soviet Russia or Germany, right? The people censoring information are never the good guys. So YouTube censoring this information, as you called it, investigative journalism, is not a good sign. They're protecting somebody, and we know who they're protecting, and like it's not good. It's not good. Shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, so I think like the best case scenario is like let's say YouTube just goes like full crackdown mode or whatever and everything on us is like at the end of the day we'll always have those videos and like have a grassroots campaign that'll expose YouTube for what they did, like so it'll be like YouTube put in writing that they're against it. Like why would they be against this form of investigative journalism? And then beyond that, like show that like there's a real community behind it, and like I think that like if that gets like a lot of exposure, it would I don't know, at the very least it would, like if YouTube really just wants to go to like in pro uh protect pedophile mode, then like YouTube it'll be hard for YouTube to live it down. I think if we all band together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm thinking about YouTube, and it's like some ideas on maybe how to help you with that and how to get information out of them, or just I don't know. Just find out how they make their decisions is for me the interesting thing, and how they choose not to fucking show things and kick things, and fucking just seems like a
Yeah, because
sort
it's like it's not like if you just follow the terms of service, you won't get taken down. Because I've seen channels that like they've completely followed it. Like especially PCI, like PCI has been taken down nonstop, and like they're like so by the book as far as like convictions and like, and they keep getting taken down. So it's like the biggest example that if you follow terms of service, you're still gonna get your shit taken down.
Yeah. So, but there's something that they're using to make their fucking decisions, though. It's like, what is it? Someone's doing it somehow. There's someone behind it. There's some logic. There's some rationale. It's either a person or a fucking some kind of algorithm, or and even the review process. There's something.
So
It's just
I kind of summoned it on it. So what basically happened was when I was starting to make those like a lot of the videos, whatever. I guess like what happened was it caught like a YouTube agent's attention or something like that. So we were emailing back and forth, and we actually did end up calling. But like well, most of their workers are like remote. So I couldn't like meet with them personally. But but they said they're sending it to like I gave them like a certain channel that was taken down. And then I sent them a lot of like the Ask YouTube Why, and they said they're reviewing it with like some kind of like specialist person or something. Like that's how it's working, but I haven't had a follow up on that, so I'm kind of wondering where it went. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I'll start talking about that because I'm like, it'll kind of be like, all right, so I sent this information, that's in review. What's the verdict? Like, what happened? Like, are they gonna bring the channel back? Like, what's the deal? Like, But yeah, it kind
I
of
mean,
goes up the tiers.
I see. It's just such a huge fucking organization with so much data and shit, and that they've got a filter. Yeah, interesting. But you would have thought that. I mean, the problem I think is if they don't have that law enforcement bit, law enforcement tells me, I'm fucking speculating here, that if you're calling the police, that means you've followed the procedures necessary to get a conviction. It sort of implies that that the decoys of age drop. They didn't contact first. They didn't start a sexual conversation. It's like that sort of part of it's been done in the right order. And if the cops aren't there, it could just be a vigilante fucking scamming video. Just they've they've found someone that likes younger looking people, and maybe talk sexual to them first and fucking coerce them, and invited the pred down for a fucking a meeting and so on, just so that they could have a confrontation and get donations happening. But if the cops are there, it sort of implies that, well, okay, they are doing the right thing, because the cops won't show up if it's a sort of scam organisation. I just wonder whether there's maybe a bit of that in the police presence thing. Speculation again, but possibility. The ringtone was for me to go and get some food. It's 6:30 in the evening here now in sunny Sweden. So, gentlemen, if you got pretty well done, I'll kick it off. You got anything else, Ryan, that you want to get off your chest? Or hello?
Telly,
Hello?
I don't. I guess Ryan can't hear us. I'm glad we did this, Telly. I really appreciate you taking the time out to put this panel together. I always appreciate a platform to be able to explain things from the other perspective. And like I said before, I don't expect to change anybody's mind, but At least now you guys have my reasoning, and
Yeah.
there we have it.
Yeah, and I guess that, and the question's out there. If people still want to hear more and they want to hear the recording, just fucking tell me if he wants. I don't think anyone else really gives a fuck what was said, but if they're going to make an issue out of it and call you a fucking liar, and when it seems like you're just in good faith trying to warn a friend that maybe someone that they thought was a friend wasn't really them.
Yeah, the only thing is, if I release the whole thing, there's a bunch of stuff I talked about my daughter and stuff in there.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to take the time to clip out all the, I mean, and it's all shit I've said before, but I'm sure I have, but it's not that big of a deal. But it's like just random banter about, my kid and my custody battle and stuff that I don't need everybody giving me shit about that.
I think that I mean, if there's anything, it's just the key bit, which is that part of the recording that was sent to Nonya. I guess is the only fucking relevant bit.
Yeah, what's up with custody battles and shit being like dished out online? Like that's stupid. I really think that's stupid. Like that just doesn't make any sense to do that.
No.
Well, civil court cases are bullshit because anything that my ex said got put down as evidence, right? It's not a criminal case. You don't have to prove any of it. It's just what was said. And same with me. I could have said anything in the custody case and it would have been taken down as evidence, but that doesn't mean any of, I mean, if the shit that she said actually happened, I would be in jail. I don't know if I'd be in jail. I can't even remember everything she said. I just remember it wasn't good. But anybody who's been through a divorce or a custody case knows that it gets fucking dirty. Real dirty.
Well, I think we should shout out to FCC, who's obviously going through one at the moment. That's why he's got so much time on his hands. And
I really hope he isn't, because it is miserable. It is miserable, and
it's not fun. I'm surprised he's fucking married, to tell you the truth. Who the fuck would want to get in a relationship with him? But
yeah, he's fallen on some hard times.
If he's independently wealthy, I'd fucking marry him.
I suppose there's always that. Yeah. Right.
I don't like hot tubs, though. I really don't. I don't like water.
I don't like water either. Being submerged in water, just hell no. Oh no. No baths, no pools, no beaches. Just
me too. I always used to tell people I like my water frozen because I grew up playing hockey, and it's fine if it's frozen, but I fucking don't like swimming. I don't like hot tubs, all that.
Yeah, I can swim. I'm not like afraid of drowning or anything. I just don't like it. Like water, ew. Like being no.
Yeah.
I'll fuck it.
No, fucking, I love it. I grew up surfing and had a pool in the backyard, and it was super hot over in Australia, obviously. So I miss it. There's a lot of water around here, which is nice, but sometimes it's a bit frozen. Alrighty, guys, nice talking with you. Hey, you're going to go and film your packing, Ryan, and we'll jump over to your place.
Yeah, we might go live from the hotel or maybe on the drive. We'll see what happens.
You're going to do a Brian, go live from the hotel.
Yeah, and then I'll make like a fake GoFundMe and everything, and just like lie about a house I used to live in that I don't really live in and everything, and just see if I can grift. I'll try that out. I don't know if it'll work. But...
Will there be an ice cream fight?
Yeah, I'll just buy an ice cream. I don't even like ice cream, but I'm just gonna buy it to like have an argument with it. Like, that's what gets a clout nowadays. So yeah,
was he eating that off his toothbrush?
Yeah, bro.
Maybe it was.
Wait, what about a toothbrush?
I thought I got the impression when I was watching Brian eating that ice cream that he was eating it with his toothbrush. But I could be wrong.
I don't know if I remember the toothbrush part, but I remember he was having they were beefing or something. I don't know. They were having some argument or something. I don't know. They're having some intellectual conversation going on.
It was obviously some pretty tough ice cream he was engaging in.
Yeah, and his imaginary friend just like made him an ice cream. Like that was so nice. Like Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go and get some food. Thanks for coming over, Jason and Brian.
Yeah.
You too. Nice to hear from you. All right.
Cheerio.
Take care, guys.
Take it, and have a good afternoon. All right.
Yep.
Talk to you later. Thanks, Chat, for dropping by and mods for keeping things sane. All right. Catch you.